Station. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to One Collection Down, and welcome to the first ever Sci-Fi Fest 2026. Man, I am so excited. Me and Robbie, we got together. We decided to make a new festival of movies based on science fiction movies. One of my favorite genres of movie ever since I was a little kid, man. I've always loved fucking space, robots, you name it, technology, crazy stories. I think science fiction is one of the one of the coolest genres. I mean, you could tell some real original stories in science fiction, and also reflect on our society and things like that. So we picked a bunch of great movies this month. It already kicked off on Rocket Robbie's channel. So go catch the rewind for the day the Earth stood still. That was on Monday. Go catch the rewind on that. But today we're talking about the one and only Starship Troopers, man. And I am so excited. I invited a bunch of my homies to come hang out with me. So let's get them out here, man. Let's get this party started. First up, I'm bringing out my homie, my brother, Hounds of Gore, Jake Station.
Station, brother. What's up, man?
What's going on? Yeah, man. I'm glad to have you back.
Oh yeah, this is one I had to hop on immediately. This was like one of my favorites when I was younger. So I can love this movie.
Yeah, I know. I was pumped, man. I was so glad that you jumped on this one. All right, man. Let's bring out my next homie, my brother. He's been on a few of these things already, man. I think he's been on every festival that I've done with Robbie. My brother, the one and only Jelani.
Hey, Station. Station to be good to be here, man. I mean, seriously, this is a beautiful film to pick. I think this is the best time to talk about it too.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Would you like to know more?
Jelani, thank you so much for joining me tonight, brother. I always love when you come hang out with me on one of these movie streams, man. It's always an honor to have you on. So thanks
for being here. Thank you.
Yeah. Next up, man, my homie, the one that collabed with me on this thing. And you know, love him to death because he doesn't really have to do that kind of thing. You know, he's a big deal in our community. But you know, he has love for your boy, and he always wants me to be involved, and I appreciate him for that. I'm talking about none other than Rockin' Robbie Billups.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Super excited to be here on the inaugural Sci-Fi Fest, the first, but definitely not the last. Here I am batting cleanup, but not batting last, if you know what I'm saying. Station, pop, boom! Let's go.
Robbie, man, thanks for being with us tonight, man. This is gonna be good, man. I really can't wait to hear your thoughts on this one because
me neither, bro.
Yeah, you were saying some stuff on your show on Monday night, and I was like, oh. But we'll get to it. Next up, this guy, one of my best friends in the community, man. I met him, I don't know, maybe a year ago at this point. I'm not really too sure, but ever since I met him, he's been a solid friend, and he has his own movie review show that he does with his crew. And he's always invited me to those things. Sometimes I can make it, sometimes I can't. But either way, he always puts the hand out and says, Fable, here's the link if you want to join. But I'm so excited to have him on tonight. I'm talking about none other than my brother, Matt, Heroes for Hire.
I was told if I volunteer for this panel that I could have citizenship. Station, everybody. All right. Hey, guys. Good to see you.
Matt, how are you, my brother?
I'm great.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this one.
Oh yeah, this is like was just said earlier. You know, it's a good time to be reviewing a movie like this. So
yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. And of course, joining us for the first time on one of these panels. I don't think he's ever been on any of our movie stuff, whether it's Rocket Robbie stuff or my stuff. But he is a good dear friend of mine and one of my best friends for years. And one of the best community members out there, 100%. I'm talking about none other than Bobby Della Ghetto. Stay.
What up?
I'm doing my part, man. I'm doing my part. Station.
As you should.
What is going on, Bobo? Thank you, man, for joining up.
Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
I didn't know Lieutenant Rico was going to show up.
Don't take your helmet off then.
I got you, man. I can
He's
do
got a
it, man.
Yeah.
Station.
Oh, man.
By the way, kayfabe is real. It's still real to us, man. It's still real to us.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for joining in the panel. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight for the second movie in Horror Fest. You hear me?
Get ahead of
Sci-Fi
yourself,
Fest.
Fable.
Hey, I'm a little rusty. It's been like 2 months since I've done a live. I'm gonna get acclimated though. All right. Starship Troopers. All right. Let me pull out my notes because I'm old and I need to get my notes down. All right. Starship Troopers. Based on the 1959 novel of the same name by Robert A. Heinlein. The story was first published as a 2-part serial in the magazine of fantasy and science fiction as Starship Soldier. This movie, of course, is directed by Paul Verhoeven, who previously directed RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Showgirls, and Hollow Man. It's written by Edward Numier, who also wrote RoboCop. It was released November 7th, 1997 in theaters, had a budget of $100 to $110 million and a box office of $121 million. So, kind of broke even. It wasn't a big hit, but it made its money back. It also spawned 4 direct-to-video sequels, including Starship Troopers 2, Hero of the Federation, Starship Troopers 3, Marauder, and Starship Troopers, Traitor of Mars, which I've never seen any of these movies.
You don't want to see them, trust me.
On release, Starship Troopers received generally negative reviews. The film failed to connect with both critics and audiences who found its mixture of satire, violence, gore, and cheesy performances unappealing. The film's reputation was also damaged by a report by the Washington Post accusing Starship Troopers of promoting Nazism, to which Verhoeven said, quote, "We were accused of being neo-Nazis." They couldn't see that all I have done is ironically create a fascist utopia. In the years since its release, it has gained a cult classic status as its themes have become more and more prevalent in today's society. So what is Starship Troopers? It's basically a story about a futuristic society, fascist society, where Earth is governed by the United Citizen Federation. Citizenship is exclusively earned through federal service, which grants its people certain rights. The United Citizen Federation conducts colonization missions throughout the galaxy, which brings them into conflict with the race of highly evolved insectoid creatures dubbed the Arachnids. In the film, we follow the story of 3 bright and hopeful students and friends as they enlist in the service in hopes of securing citizenship and a better future for themselves as they quickly find out the harsh realities of what it means to serve, man. So I wanted to get into basic overall thoughts on Starship Troopers. Of course, I'll start with myself. And I've got a funny little story about this movie because this movie, about 2 months before it released, I was downtown. I used to go to school in Manhattan. So after school, we used to go down to 42nd Street, down to Times Square, walk around, do stuff like that after school. And there was a guy out there handing out tickets. He's like, "Hey, free movie. You guys want to see a free movie? Free movie." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I was with my buddy. He's like, "Here, 2 tickets. Boom, boom. Gave us the tickets. I look at the ticket and it says Starship Troopers on it. And I said, what kind of a stupid ass title is this for a movie? Starship Troopers? This is like the corniest title you could have. But I said, you know what? I'll give it a shot. So I think it was later on that week. We went to the movie theater. We sat down. I didn't know what I was going to watch. Right? I had no idea. So the first thing that comes up is that commercial that comes on, right? Like the I'm doing your part, I'm doing my part, and it goes to the little kid, and he's like, I'm doing my part too, and everybody's like, oh. And I was just like, yo, this movie is eerily familiar, but it's funny as hell. So I was just enjoying it. Whatever, it was campy, it was funny, I was loving it, and then the Clendathan came, and they started freaking killing, just chopping people up in half and all of this crazy shit. And all of a sudden, all these kids started crying, and the parents started flying out the theater with their kids, man. It was insane. Because it was just really graphic, right? It was really crazy. And I'm sitting there like, yo, this shit is awesome. I was just like freaking in love. And later on, like I had found out that it was directed by Paul Verhoeven, who was one of my favorite directors. And it just clicked. It made sense that he directed this movie. I didn't get it at first, but when the credits roll, you see it. And man, ever since then, I got it on DVD. I must have watched this movie like 1,000 times, guys. I really did. I fell in love with this movie so much in my young years, man. And it really made me a Paul Verhoeven fan. And I didn't, on my first few watches or whatever, I didn't get the like undertones of this movie, right? I didn't get the themes exactly. To me, it was just a big fun space action adventure. But as the years rolled by and as I watched it more and more times, I said, oh no, we're following the bad guys in this movie. This is insane. This movie is a lot crazier, a lot more deeper than I ever gave it credit for. And I was kind of sad that nobody really like, because when I saw it, I said, oh, it was 2 months early. So I said, oh, people are going to love this shit. I'm going to tell everybody about this movie. This movie's awesome. And it bombed at the box office. And it seemed like really nobody was talking about it. Now, to be fair, it had a lot of stiff competition. Fall and winter of 1997 was really crazy. It was really stacked with a lot of movies. So understandable in that regard. But I thought it would have hit harder. But I've always, championed it. I've always loved it. And when Robbie and me wanted to do Sci-Fi Fest, I was like, it was actually Robbie. He said, aren't you going to do Starship Troopers? And I said, you know what? I am going to do Starship Troopers. You're right. Let's freaking do it. And I wasn't prepared for the amount of fans that this movie has, man. Like, first, this panel filled up in 10 minutes, guys. This thing was the fastest panel that ever filled up that I ever did. Like, and then I had to like turn down so many people, right? Like, then I sent the list to, they're like, Starship Troopers. I'm like, it's already full. Starship Troopers is already full. I had to let down a bunch of people. And every time I post about it, somebody's like, yeah, that's the best movie, right, Jake? I posted it in one of the chats. It was like, that movie's awesome. So yeah, I guess I'm not the only one who loved this film. But yeah. Jake, overall thoughts on Starship Troopers, man. Your first time watch, long time movie for you. Get into it.
Yeah. I think I told you this was like the first movie where I was like, I want to say I'm a little bit younger. I'm not that much younger, but 97, I was like 11 or so. So I think when it came out, I probably saw it when I was like 13, 14. And I was like, as soon as it goes to the co-ed showers, I was like, oh man, tits. Awesome.
Exactly.
And but yeah, like I watched it yesterday, man, and that sucker holds up after 30 years, almost 30 years. Like, even the graphics are like great, the fight scenes, the practical effects, mixed with like the CGI. Like, this stuff was like kind of groundbreaking back then. And it's just crazy that like I watched it and it's just one of those movies that like holds the test of time. I've seen movies like 20 years ago that look like garbage today.
Yes.
And this does not. This looks like it could have been made like today. I love the acting. It has a lot of great. It has a killer cast, man. There's so many good actors and like actors that have gone on to do like really great things since then. I think it's funny because I never really put the whole Paul Verhoeven thing together with everything else. Sometimes I'm not really good with names, so unless I'm like researching stuff, like I don't, unless I see similarities. But like, I'm a huge fan of like Total Recall and RoboCop. Like, I love that stuff, and it's very, I see a lot of the similarities. But this is just like, it was just one of those movies that like me and my brother watched all the time. Like, I watched it all the time. Anytime it came on like television, I would watch it. It's got the sci. This was before I was really like into horror movies, so like the sci-fi kind of took the cake for me. It had the good action scenes and fighting scenes and the gore and stuff too. On top of that, obviously, like the whole undertone of everything was kind of lost to me at that point. I thought those things were great. I love like when they put those types of things, like like the Running Man and like other stuff where they put like the commercials and stuff inside like the actual film. Like, that stuff cracks me up. I love that kind of stuff. But overall, man, just this is definitely like it's nostalgic, but it's just a great movie to me. There is like occasional like cheesy stuff. There's your awesome like one-liners. But overall, it's just like a really cohesive movie for me. So I like, as soon as you sent the message, this is why I'm good at getting back to people immediately. Because I was like, bam, Starship Troopers, let's go. Like, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I love what you said about it looking really good. This movie looks very crisp.
Oh man,
for being a 30-something-year-old movie,
even when they have like the swarms coming and stuff, like it looks like great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's just really good.
Yeah, it's one of the few movies, the CGI movies that hold up for sure, 100%. Like, and you're right, it does look better than some movies with CG from 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, even like the flying arachnids and stuff, man. Like, there's very small times where I can be like, that's like deliberately like CGI, like it's very like minimal when like maybe when what's his name, Rico's like on top of the tanker and they're flinging around. There's like small effects where it's like going too fast to where they have to kind of add like the little CGI Rico, you know what I mean?
Right.
But, like, with both things going at the same time, with the practical and the CGI, they did it so good, man.
Yeah. And even when it is like, even when it's pure CGI, when it kind of thing, it still looks pretty badass. Like, when that thing shoots the fire,
all the ships, everything looks pretty decent. I mean,
hell yeah. Jelani, my brother, overall thoughts, Starship Troopers.
Oh man, I have a storied history with this movie. This movie, I worked at the movie theater when it came out. This was 97, the year I basically graduated high school, telling my age. But I watched this in the theater, like, I think Thursday before, because a lot of people were talking about this movie. It was like a big deal for a little bit, but it was also kind of like small. So it was in like circles where people were like, hey, you got to check the Starship Trooper movie out. And we knew it was from Paul Verhoeven. is kind of one of those films that just like you gotta go see because it's got action and it's all this other stuff. But then when we watched it I watched it the first time, I hated the ending. I really hated the ending because it was like all this action happened, all these things happened, and then like they didn't get everybody. They didn't blow up the planet. They didn't do, you know what I'm saying? I was expecting that. I was expecting just a straight sci-fi movie. And I laughed my ass off through most of it because it was like there's so much ridiculous in it. Like these are the dumbest fascists I've ever seen.
They usually are dumb. They usually are dumb.
They got spaceships.
I thought they were, but I've seen dumber.
To this planet and just wipe them out. You just wipe them the fuck out. And you decide to drop all of your soldiers one by one and fight freaking bugs right in front of them with weapons that they have no clue how to use. They're just the dumbest people. But I love Casper Van Dien. I love how he's a leader and all these other things. I love the fact that this story is like it's very militaristic and it's very dark. And yes, you are following the bad guys because I'm pretty sure we pissed them off like immediately. Like we can't colonize their planet. They're like,
exactly.
Nah, bro. Nah, we'll go ahead and start throwing whole freaking meteorites across like millennia to kill you. We can't wait to kill you. So it's hilarious to me how this movie worked. Like they were shooting asteroids at us. Like what the crap?
Well,
it's just stupid things like that. I like the interplay with all of the characters. Everybody blends well. It's perfectly cast. I understand that there's just so much today that does focus on this movie. It's very topical.
Yeah.
You picked this at the right time too. So that was a good idea because it's a weird time to live in, and to see that people in the future, like apparently this race of people or these humans the veterans got together and took over the government.
Yep.
I'm like, what? It's so weird. And they're like, yeah.
And it's so fucking hilarious that they're all like disabled and shit. I thought that was hilarious.
Yes.
His teacher's missing an arm. His biology teacher's blind. His recruiter's missing legs.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
make
the
a man
weirdest
out of
thing.
me.
Because war happens. Apparently, I don't know who they were fighting prior to the Clandestine, but, bruh, a lot of people look like they were amputees and things like this from other stuff. I don't think they were just put out there to fight.
probably most of the adults that fought are like disfigured somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of the message, right? It's
the training.
It's like the satire of a world like that, because remember, his teacher was like their fundamental thing is violence.
Yeah.
The society's based on violence, and as a viewer, you're like, what? You know what I mean? What kind of shit?
Michael Ironside's character lays it all out the first of the movie.
Yep.
So yeah, I love this movie. I've seen it multiple times. I watched it. I did a Verno and watched it twice. I watched it yesterday and I watched it today.
Nice.
And it holds up. It's great. It's wonderfully paced. I know we're going to talk about that, but it pays very well to tell exactly the story it needs to tell. And I really enjoyed this film on a rewatch. And I had watched it like the time before this. It may have been like 3 or 4 years since I've seen it. And I've never seen any of the sequels. I refused.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're trash. Like almost 100% sure they're trash. I will be drinking tonight, and I'm drinking a Car Ramrod. This is a maple ale. I've decided every live stream I'm doing now, I'm just going to drink beer as opposed to liquor. I don't yell at somebody and tell them you're worth it. So I'm going to pour this. And I've been drinking it, but I'm pouring it now in a clear glass so that you see my progress. I'm also drinking 2 of them at the moment. and they're 10%. So if I go off cuff, I apologize up front.
No. Absolutely.
But first, gentlemen, you're all worth it. Before we begin,
so yeah, man. Cheers to you. Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. I this is what makes me feel like it's super brilliant, right? Like what you said about, or what I said about you iterated is that you're following the bad guys, and this is what Paul Verhoeven. This is his genius to me, right? Like, because you can take this movie on two levels, right? You can just enjoy it for the big, dumb, ironic splendor that it is. True. Have a good time with that. It's funny. It's an action movie. It's got monsters. It's got gore. It's got tits, right? Like, you didn't just take it on that surface level. But he always tricks you with these freaking movies because there's always something at the end where you freaking realize, holy shit, these people are the bad guys. Like, he did it in Showgirls. He even did it in RoboCop. Like, a lot of people, like, if RoboCop just ended at RoboCop 1 and they didn't add all the lore of OCP and all that, and if it was just RoboCop just ends up being another corporate flunky.
Yep.
Right? At the end of that movie. After all of this rediscovery and all this man versus machine kind of like thing that you're going through, we reviewed it, we said that it was like a Christ Reborn kind of like allegory.
Yeah.
But no, really at the core of it, it's like, no, he's just a corporate flunky. Like he takes out the bad guys of the corporation and he's like, the boss is like, good job, son.
And honestly, the RoboCop could be very topical to today too, because the corporation's trying to own everything.
Yep.
Even cities, yeah.
Yeah. So this movie is no different from Paul Verhoeven's other stuff. But Robbie, overall thoughts on Starship Troopers, bro?
Well, first of all, I don't know why Jelani's weird stretching about drinking a beer on a stream. Me and Bobby are like, this is what we do. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. We're like, here it is. It's Friday night. We're drinking, man. That's what we do.
I'm drinking different beers, son.
That being said, I am vaping a juice head pineapple guava, 3 milligrams of nicotine. I'm also vaping a straw nana hybrid. It's a indica heavy hybrid of cannabis. So that's what I'm on right now. But let's talk about Starship Troopers. Let's do this. And when this movie first came out, I watched it in the movie theater. I'm 16 years old, y'all. I was born in 1981. So in 1997, this movie released, I went to the theaters. Now I talk all the time about how my love of cinema, and in particular genre cinema, kind of was fueled by my mother. We went to the video store all the time. We would go to the horror section. We would rent stuff, right? But I didn't really get into science fiction until I, of my own, got into Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, things like that, right? I remember when this movie was about to release because there was a hype train. There was heavy marketing spent on this movie. And that's why you say, even though it won its money back, it was considered a critical and a commercial failure.
Yeah.
Because the budget of this film before marketing was over $100 million. And in 1997, that's a pretty big deal. It was also the year Titanic came out.
Exactly.
It was going up against movies like that, up against Tomorrow Never Dies. It got swallowed up, right? It may have beaten The Jackal in November of 1997, but ultimately in 1997, this was a movie that most people didn't really remember. And when this movie came out, and I got to credit my homie George, his stepfather, he got us into the habit of going to the movies every single week. Like, we're going to go to the theater. There's going to be something playing. We're going to watch it, right? So I remember going to see Starship Troopers. I remember all my homies, 15, 16, 17 years of age, loving this movie, right? Who was it? Was it you hounds who mentioned the co-ed shower scene, right? Like, I mean, of course, right? Me, on the other hand, snobby Robbie, starting to really fully formulate is like, why is Denise Richards not in that shower? Why did we not see that? Luckily, a year later, we got to all watch Wild Things, which is a shitty ass movie, but it's worth it for two things. Two things happen in one scene, and they both belong to Denise Richards. Anyway, that's number one and number two. Thing number one, thing number two. That being said, I didn't really like this movie when it first came out. All my friends loved it. I did think it was shocking how gory the violence was in this movie, and I liked that, but I never vibed with the movie. And then the second time I watched the movie would have been maybe in the early 2000s. We were all hanging out. A bunch of friends loved this movie. Let's watch it. And I just didn't like it, right? Now here it is, 2026. I'm watching it for the third time, right? And I was excited to be here because I was like, you know what? I have heard since that this movie is a very scathing criticism on a fascist military-based society, right? And so I wanted to dive into it and see what I could pick up. There is my pristine, crisp VHS copy right there. And to answer everybody's question, I had this question a few times and I never answered it. But no, I did not watch this on VHS.
Okay.
The seal is still like on this actually was still wrapped up and I took the wrapping off to do the picture, but it's still like got the little seal of tape on there. So oh shit. Well, I broke it. The VHS popped out. But there it is right there. But no, I rented this on Amazon. Like during Christmas, I kept being like, yeah, delay my shipping for like a day or two and give me $2 digital credit. So it was like, you can rent this for free. And I was like, cool, let's go. So I watched it actually in 4K, which is pretty cool. And I actually really enjoyed the film this time. I don't think it's a perfect film. I don't think it was a perfect film at the time. I think at the time it was a bit ahead of itself. But at the same time, there's a lot of films we talk about where we're like, the audience missed the boat on this. The message went over their head. I would not say that is the case with Starship Troopers. I think Starship Troopers is at fault for not letting the audience in on the gag, right? Because the movie plays it very straightforward, and we'll get into all of that. I have some issues with the movie. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I definitely appreciate and enjoyed my experience watching this film so much more than I have before. And Denise Richards can get it. Casper Van Dien can get it. Hell, Neil Patrick Harris can get it. While we're at it, Clancy Brown and Michael Ironside can get it too. You know what? I love Scanners. I love Highlander.
Really?
Sexy ass cast, even though they're not very good. And the best actors are two old white guys. Anyway, moving on. I like it. I really enjoyed it this time. I really did.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because that's what Paul Verhoeven said too. Because apparently they cast all these actors because of their looks and not because of their talent. And it's one of the things that he regrets. But in my opinion, I think it works. I think it works for the kind of film that he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this real quick. On Monday night, I made the statement that this movie is filled with sexy people like Denise Richards, Casper Van Dien, everybody on the panel for Day the Earth Stood Still were giving me like, And I was like, okay, maybe I'm reaching for that. After watching this movie, I'm sorry, Casper Van Dien, sexy as fucking 1997. Sorry.
Just the hair and the eyes.
I mean, he has a jaw that does not quit.
And it's the
Casper
jaw.
Van Dien has a jaw that does not quit.
He's got the military jaw
They
line.
just created in Central
I didn't know
Casting.
we were going to be talking about Casper Van Dien, but cool.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you. That's an honest critique of the movie. I'm one of those people that missed the boat on this movie as far as its themes. And maybe that's another reason why I think his movies are geniuses, because it says a lot about you in a lot of ways. It's the way you view this movie, right? Like, I was a kid. I was probably a lot more patriotic than I was, than I am now.
Well, bro, 6 years before this movie came out, we're all standing up there doing the Pledge of Allegiance, being like, I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Go for it. Let's go.
Them doing what they were doing, I was rooting for it, man. I was like, yeah, when we blew up their planet and all that. And it isn't until I became an adult where I just saw the other side of shit. And I was like, yo, we're invading these people, these poor bugs. We're taking their planet. We're attacking them and stuff like that. And
if you honestly think about it, Fable, look at the space we were just socially and politically in the late 90s as Americans, right? And yeah, there's no wonder we didn't get it, right?
Yeah.
It took a few years for us to see something like that with the post 9/11 Iraqi war and the war on terror and all that stuff. It took a while for us to be like, holy shit, are we the bad guys?
Yeah.
You think maybe we lost Vietnam? I remember like being like, what? Going to Christopher Columbus didn't discover America? Like it was one of those lies that we were told, man. But yeah, I do think the movie's at fault a little bit because the movie, like, I don't know, there's something about RoboCop where even as a kid, I got it, right? But this one, it almost plays it too straight, right? In a way.
For sure. But yeah, like I was saying, like it tells a lot about you, like, because like a lot of the gore and the tits and all that, I'm like, hell yeah. But it's actually Paul Verhoeven, like ultra, like putting what he thinks American culture is on blast, right? And he's trying to like tell you about yourself in a lot of ways, but we're not fucking getting it. We're like, this is cool as shit. You know what I mean? Like RoboCop.
Did anybody else remember more titties in this movie and more dick in this movie than there actually is? Because I sure did. I thought there was way more than there actually is.
I knew
remember
never
any
seen it
dick,
happen,
but
and I was like,
plenty of tits.
there's titties.
I don't think there was any dick in this movie, Robbie.
Jake Busey came close, bro. That shower rod was like perfectly placed, man. Jake.
There was ass and there was titties. There was guy ass. I don't think there's any dick.
Guy ass. And Casper Van Dien's side dick.
Don't worry, you can see Kevin Bacon's dick in Wild Things as well as Dennis.
That's
Denise
true.
Richards. So there you go.
I try to forget that.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, you know, some people got it right. Like, I didn't notice how freaking Nazi fucking Neil Patrick Harris's uniforms were. Like, I didn't even.
I was a history
He's
major.
Goebbels. He's basically Goebbels.
Yeah.
Or even Himmler. He might be Himmler more, but yeah, he's in there.
Heinrich, what's his name?
Heinrich Himmler. Yeah.
Adolf Heinrich or something was his name. He got the Hangman of Prague, they called him.
Oh, the Hangman of Prague. Yeah. He does got that going on.
So now that we all proved that I was a dumbass 17-year-old, Matt.
I think I was about 19 or 20 when this came out. And at first, I kind of missed it, but then the longer the movie goes on, I'm like, wait a minute, these guys are Nazis. You know what I mean? Like, first you can kind of miss, if you blink, you'll miss what Michael Ironside says about, like, well, democracy failed us and threw us into chaos, and now we have order, you know. And if you also notice what Paul Verhoeven did when he cast all these beautiful people, was like, this is like supposed to be a utopia society, they think. We're like, but you start seeing cracks throughout it. Like, wait a minute, these people are freaking crazy. But like, and then like, especially the end of it, like, you know, when we finally get to the end of it, that's finally when I guess a lot of people should have got it, was when Doogie Howser, I'm gonna call him Doogie Howser, touches the bug and goes, he's afraid.
He's afraid. Yeah.
And they were happy about that.
Right.
So that's kind of like, you know, I got alarm bells that had to come up for that too, but like also how like, they're like, oh, wait a minute, you have to be a citizen to vote.
Yep.
And all this
You
stuff.
pregnant.
Like,
Yeah.
and then you got like, look, I'm a big student of film over the years. I like back then I may not have been as smart, but like the more I watched this movie as I got older, you hear about people like I don't know if anybody's gonna know what I'm talking about, but Leni Riefenstahl. She directed a propaganda film for the Third Reich called Triumph of the Will. And I get a lot of vibes from that when you see some of this stuff about, I'm doing my part, and I get that kind of vibe off of it. You know what I'm saying? And like, the thing is, like, maybe they did too good a job, like Robbie's saying, though, because I think there's a lot of, and unfortunately, I think nowadays, though, we have a lot of people out here that miss the entire point of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of, like, me and John's Comics for Friends talked about this, and we're talking about like the media literacy is like at an all-time low right now. That people I think I don't know, because like I can also bring it back to I just finished watching Andor season 2. These bad guys don't know they're the bad guys. They don't see it. Like not the soldiers. I mean, maybe the higher up know that they're the bad guys, but like, would you think you're a fascist if you were a fascist, or would you think you're fighting for your country or your planet? And so this is almost like a fascistic Star Trek. We got the United Federation of Planets, and they got this federation though of the whole country. I mean, the whole world, the whole globe, Earth. And like you start realizing, well, maybe if they hadn't bothered these damn bugs, there wouldn't have been a problem in the first place.
Yeah.
Don't want none, won't be none, right? All right. And but I was also the special effect. I guess we're gonna talk about that later. I'm not talk about it right now. I'll save that for later. But yeah, there's a lot of great one-liners in it. But like these guys are all meatheads, but they're supposed to be playing it over the top, right?
Right.
Like, you know, like the guy tells him, what's he tell you? You're in charge until you're dead, or I find somebody better.
Right.
You know, like I don't know. It's just interesting, but you know, they drop, like I said, they drop little hints. Like the girl when they're in the shower scene, she goes, "I wanted to be in the service. I wanted to volunteer because it'd be easier to apply to have children." You're like, wait a minute, you have to have an application to have a baby?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or to run for public office? So I'm like, yeah. And shout out to Rue McClanahan, who plays the only girl in the house for this movie.
Hell yeah!
I was like, I said, I remember watching it when I was a kid. I said, oh no. I said, Blanche is in this movie.
Yes.
So I was waiting for her to say I'm hotter than a virgin at a prison rodeo, but she never did. So, but anyway, but that's kind of a fun, like when you first see it, you go like, yeah, this is kind of a fun action movie, but like, it's kind of like the longer it goes on, the more you realize like, oh, wait a minute, we're rooting for the bad guys. And I think that's what Paul Verhoeven was doing.
That's what he does.
Rooting for the bad guys.
That's what he does, dude.
And like, I think it went over a lot of, not just the audience, I think it went over the critics' heads too.
Yeah, a lot of people, bro. I know I'm not the only one because we just did Showgirls, right? And Showgirls is you know, whatever, you might like it, you might hate it, but the point is that we're watching it and we're like, Elizabeth Berkley's character is a real bitch.
Yep.
Like she's a terrible person.
There's nothing.
You know,
she learned the whole movie. She was unredeemable.
She's horrible.
She ruins everyone's lives.
Yeah,
like everyone, everybody's life.
But she's like the main focus, and you're following her. You're supposed to be rooting for her, and in some cases, I guess some people do, right? Like, yeah, she made it from the gutter, and she's on top now, and all of that. Yeah, but at the same time, she steps on every fucking body to do it. Same thing with Alex Murphy, man. I say the same thing. The dude, he's supposed to be altruistic, good cop, all this other stuff.
He's a cop.
Yeah.
Never say fuck the police.
I'm sorry, Jaleel.
Fuck the police.
But yeah, that's why I'm such a big fan. But yeah, my bad, Matt. Anything else?
Well, I had something, but now I've lost it, I think.
Sorry, I say fuck the police a lot.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I like NWA.
Fair enough.
Well, like I said, I think it was like also, okay, another thing I'll mention, I kind of said this backstage. The thing where they go through all these little videos and people are clicking on, would you like to learn more? That's kind of how people like absorb media. That's how people consume media these days. Mm-hmm. They don't learn the news. They learn it from something on TikTok, a reel, some kind of post on Facebook, or probably the most toxic place I know of is X. And I don't think we're getting all the truth. You know, we're not getting all the truth. It's like you can go down these rabbit holes. Like it'd be doom scrolling. I'll be there for 4 hours. Like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
All this shit for 4 hours. What the fuck am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just. I guess that's all. I guess that's all I got to say. Something I was going to say, but if I think of it, I'll let you know. But
oh yeah. So overall, you like the movie?
Yeah. I know what I was going to say now. Yeah. Overall, I like the movie. I enjoyed it when it came out. I didn't want to see it, but I rented it on DirecTV or something. I think we had one of those bootleg DirecTV cards. I don't know if y'all remember those. Any pay-per-view. So 97 to 99, I watched every movie that ever came out.
Nice.
For free. Nice. But I was going to say, like, I know that the director, when he was wanting to adapt this movie and the writer too, like, well, we can't just do this like word for word out of this book because the guy that wrote this is a right-wing fascist. Completely. There's no subtlety to it. There's no satire about it at all. He's just straight up saying this is the way people should be. And Paul Verhoeven grew up in war-torn Holland.
Right.
So he wasn't about that because he saw what the Germans did.
Yeah.
So that's why they changed it like this. And I think it's like a little FU to the writer too, even though they did like adapt it from his book, but he really turned it around because I saw somebody in the chat earlier say, I don't remember the book being anything like this. So because he kind of just played it straight in the book. That's all.
Paul Verhoeven even said that he couldn't make it through the book because it was like making him sick or whatever. Now, like Robert Heinlein, I've read only book of his I've read is Stranger in a Strange Land, which I do really, really like. So I don't know if it's something throughout all of his work or if it's just something in particular of this, but in particular, I know that he was, there was no satire in his novel. Like Matt said, this was straight up just like, this was the world, you know, like sci-fi writers are meant to imagine a world either as a hope of where we're going or a warning of where we're going. Right. And so like, sometimes that gets all fuddled up with like modern day shit and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that's the case with this book. I don't know. Like I said, the only thing I've ever read is Stranger in a Strange Land, which is a whole different type of vibe of a story. It's more Starman, if you guys have ever read that book. But yeah, Matt, you're right on the money there, dude. The book does not have any satirical elements about its usage of fascism at all.
It's just kind of like the might makes right type thing. That's what the law of the jungle, I guess, is what you believe in. But
oh yeah, great stuff, Matt. Great stuff. Bobo, first time on the panel, bro. What's your overall thoughts on Starship Troopers?
Sci-Fi Fest, man. I finally made it. Yeah, boom. But yeah, I'm like the old man on the panel, because I was like 32 when this movie came out. Yeah.
God damn, Bobby.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That would make you 163 right now, man. Come on, man.
I'm 60. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I didn't see it at the movies. I think I seen it on HBO or something like that. It was the first time I seen it. And of course, then I liked it, man. You know what I mean? I didn't know that the director had directed RoboCop, but I could see where like the TV, the RoboCop, they were like showing the news, and on this one they were like going back and show, would you like to learn more? I kind of see those similarities in there and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I liked it, man. And like Jake had said earlier, man, with the cast, they killed it with the cast, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Any movie that guy, the sergeant, what's his name? Rob, you said it earlier.
Michael Ironside or Clancy?
Michael Ironside, yeah.
No, the other one.
The drill sergeant.
The drill sergeant. Yeah, any movie that he's in is a good one.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy. Yeah, any movie.
Clancy Brown. Yeah, the Kurgan. That's right.
Yeah. Any movie that he's in is a great one, man. You know what I'm saying? He always, it's always a good movie if he's there. Yeah. So, this movie just had me rolled in, man. I loved it. You know what I mean? I didn't catch the fascism stuff. I don't think I heard it like later on. And then I noticed, yeah, you're right. Look at Mike, Patrick Harris is wearing SS uniform and shit. It was like kind of like, what if the Nazis had won the war and it's like in the future, and and I could see what they were talking about. Yeah, but I never did see Starship Troopers 2 or Starship Troopers 3, but they had these movies. This was a kid TV show. It was
Roughnecks.
Yeah, Roughnecks. Yeah, and it was like it was like Beast Wars. It was that kind of animation, and I like these two. I went and bought these. I found them, and I bought them. Yeah, it's rough to watch now because it's older, but you get to follow along. You get to see Rico and Dizzy and stuff, and on there. And I thought that Rico, man. I thought back then he would have made a good Captain America. That guy had the Captain America. Yeah.
100%, dude.
Bro, could you imagine Captain America with Casper Van Dien? That would be the shittiest movie, man. I mean, that would be hilarious, though. If we could be like, here we're talking about Captain America from 2001, starring Casper Van Dien.
Go get Captain Van Dien to remake the 1990 Captain America.
Man. Better than that.
This is true.
So yeah, man, I enjoyed it, man. Yeah, it was a good one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get into the cast, but like I said, that's Yeah, and then that, like they was says earlier, the shower scene. You know, I mean, they're making a big deal. You know that these people shouldn't be. You know, don't use the bathroom with the boys and the girls. And these guys are showering right along next to each other. Ain't no big deal, man. We got bugs to kill. We ain't got time to worry about. You know, yeah.
Can't worry about them.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah,
there's some perks to that society. You know,
Yeah.
it's not all bad.
Shower together. Yay!
Don't worry, we're not gonna have kids, baby. I'm not a citizen. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You think that the Buenos Aires, they
By the way, everybody.
kind of like a little nod to the Nazis hiding out in South America back in the day? They were all from Buenos Aires.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that. Yeah,
Dude,
that's-
Everyone
probably
has a
is.
Spanish name and they're white.
And
Yeah.
just so everybody
So
knows,
weird.
Bobby's drinking a Miller Lite tonight. Probably a tall boy. It looks like a tall boy. 16
Yeah.
good, solid ounces.
Yeah.
Almost
Great
done.
taste, less filling.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about the cast, the performances. Of course, we mentioned them already. Casper Van Dien as Johnny Rico, Dina Meyer as Dizzy Flores, Denise
Yeah.
Richards as Carmen Ibanez, Jake Busey as Ace Levy, Neil Patrick Harris as Carl Jenkins, Clancy Brown as Sergeant Zim, Seth Gilliam as Sugar Watkins, Patrick Muldoon as Xander Barkalaw, and Michael Ironside as Gene Razak. So my brother, Jake, favorite character or performance you want to highlight in this one?
It's tough. Probably gonna have to go with maybe a few other people's, but this was mine. Overall, Michael Ironside just fucking kills it. He's so good. I remember always being like, not weirded out, but like I remember first seeing it and I was like, you know, he's the teacher, and then he shows up being like this badass military guy. You know, when Rico gets to like his new like assignment, and he just got, you know, it's like he's got some great one-liners, man. You know, it's like, this is for all you new people. I have only one rule: everybody fights, no one quits, and if you don't do your job, I'll kill you myself. You get me? Yeah, you know, just like a super no nonsense military dude, right? Like, you know, when the guy gets taken off by one of the flying arachnids, the dude just like snipes him and kills the guy, and he's like, I'd expect anybody to do the same for me, you know. And then he ends up at the base, and he's the tanker's coming through, and he's, you know, he gets his legs basically like chopped off or whatever. You know, just basically telling Rico to do it, you know. But yeah, man, I think he just has a really like commanding performance. You know, it just like everybody was talking about, you know, the satire and stuff, and I think he just, to me, I feel like he, even though there was a lot of kind of like overacting, there wasn't a lot. Like I watched it yesterday, and like there was only a few times where I'm like kind of like chuckled to myself, like that was a little over the top, you know. I feel like he played it more like serious throughout the whole movie, but I just felt like overall, I think he had a big charisma to him, and I really just like what he did with the character. I thought it was really awesome. So I mean, I think he'd probably be my favorite out of everybody. Although I had like a couple other like favorites, but you know, if I had to choose one, he'd probably be my top.
I like that bit where he makes that dude's head explode.
Yeah.
Or is that a different movie? Hold on.
Oh, it's a different movie.
Wrong movie, Ryan.
It's hard not to pick Michael Ironside in anything, bro.
Yeah.
He kills everything he's in. Yeah. And you know what I liked about this one is that, I mean, we talked about that all these people are the bad guys, but he isn't the bad guy in this movie. Right? He's like truly
Yeah.
the villain in a lot of the stuff he's in. It was
He
cool
drinks
seeing him.
Kool-Aid. though.
Yeah,
There's a
it was
lot of
cool seeing him as the, you know, the I wouldn't say father figure, but like the guy that you look up to.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
shows him how to be a fucking man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And Michael Ironside was, of course, the dark
even
side.
if they like played it too straight, as you say, like, I mean, it's a movie to where like you know, if you're looking at it like these are the bad guys, well, I'm fucking rooting for the bad guys because how good the fucking movie's portrayed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm definitely not fucking rooting for the fucking arachnids. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like who like does it say who threw the first stone? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but it definitely didn't, like, you know.
It's who threw the first asteroid, Jay.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Or did they throw the asteroid?
That was my.
Yeah, who threw the first asteroid, man?
I kind
I
of
was just
like
about to
maybe it
say
was like a Reichstag fire thing where the Germans burnt our own building down and blamed the communists for it. That's what it reminded me of.
We got the Gulf of Tonkin going on, man. That's what we got.
Exactly.
Yeah, because even the way the asteroid came about, it was like, oh, there's a weird like temporal flux or some shit like that, and all of a sudden it came out of nowhere. I thought that was a setup too, just to get everybody riled up for the war. But Jelani,
It's amazing what a media can do.
favorite character or performance you want to highlight, bro?
Bruh. All right, I was gonna pick my Michael Ironside, but Jay got it. But I understand. I had backups. It works out. Bruh, I'm gonna go with Clancy Brown.
Nice.
With Sergeant Zim.
There you go.
Sergeant Zim's a shit, man. I love how he gets the Busey kid to stick his hand out to throw the knife. Man, I love that fucking
Medic.
Every time it's
Comes
like
at him
medic.
for-
And when you hear medic
too,
throughout
man.
the movie, it's the funniest shit ever. Like I randomly just randomly laugh. I'm like, medic! There are so many things. There's another thing I wanted to point out for some reason. When Dizzy dies and they have her funeral and shit, I'm like, don't they have a funeral for like, I don't know.
Everybody?
Like, everyone that died and all the general that died.
She's the only body they brought back. Though.
He was really
Yeah.
hot. You only get a funeral because you're really hot.
I get it. It's still like you're not saying anything about the other people that died.
Bro, that was the saddest shit too. That was like a Star Trek funeral, man. It's like when they ship fucking Spock's body out in the movie in part 2.
Yeah, it was the same thing. It was the
Hey,
exact
hey,
same thing.
anybody watch those sequels? Does she land on the Genesis planet? Does she come back?
That's why I'm thinking.
Hell yeah, Clandethu has like a resurrection chamber. That'd be awesome. But yeah, Clancy Brown's the shit. Like he's the Kurgan in the Highlander. He's so clean. He's Lex Luthor in the Superman animated series.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "That's a black guy." I was like, "No, that's Clancy Brown." He was in that stupid ass TV show Earth 2. Which is it's stupid as fuck. And I'm like, it's terraforming a planet you know nothing about. It's funny as shit. I love it. But Clancy Brown has a presence, and he's always had a presence in films that he's doing. And this one, he's fantastic. He busts himself down to private so he can catch he catches the brain bug, and it's afraid. And like. I like how they're celebrating, this good brown shirt on what he's done.
Yep.
What he's done for our society. And it's so clean. It makes a lot of sense that they're the bad guys. I mean, you gotta have heroes in your bad guy group. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a Destro. You gotta have a Baroness. You gotta have, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a Soundwave. It's one of those things where he's just a good soldier. He's just a good soldier.
Matt just had a Destro figure just waiting next to him,
it's
just
a
in case somebody mentions it.
It's Friday today, so I already had it nearby. But I also have this one nearby too.
There you go.
Cobra Commander.
Well, you know what you were saying about that though is like they also use a little propaganda. And he goes, and to think about it, he was a humble private that captured this bug. You know,
Captured the bug.
Yeah.
Want to learn more?
The tide of the war shifted. All
Yeah, the tide of the war because of what you did, and now you can join. You got to join us.
Yeah, you want to be a
Because
hero like
even
you
a
guys.
private can do this.
Yeah, sign up now.
Propaganda at its finest. Like they have the media so well trained that they're ready to do. And I love how the one more thing, how the media, the guy, the reporter gets killed. Like, of course, but like he's still reporting and the cameraman is still filming.
He just
like, bruh, run. There are insects that are trying to kill you. Run. No, I gotta film this, bro. I die anyway. I'm gonna film it. And I'm like, this is how the military industrial complex controls the media to make sure that the things that are watched make sense to the public in the way they want to see it.
Yeah.
And the propaganda of it is so clean. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this film. I'm sorry. I
No, but Clancy Brown is, always an excellent choice.
He's awesome.
I love when the guy, the soldier was laughing. It's like, what are you laughing at? And he's like, go run or whatever. And he takes out that stick and he starts whooping his ass. And then he calls the other guy to chase after him. He takes out
keep pace.
Yes.
That was awesome.
He breaks that one guy, and that guy gets his arm broken. He's like, I think my arm is broke. Sorry. You think?
I'm telling you, everything is fucking over the top, bro. Everything, like you said, the knife, the breaking the arm, just everything.
Because the guy's arguing like, well, all you got to do is push a button. Why do we have to learn how to do this in a nuke fight? He said, put your hand up.
Put your hand up.
Can't push the detonator now, can you, dumbass?
Robbie, character performance you want to highlight?
Well, Jake and Jelani took the two, right? But there's plenty of others to choose from. I'm going to go with Dinah Meyer, who plays Dizzy in this movie.
That would have been my other one.
Yeah, before I get into that, like I when I saw this movie, I very vividly I remember going, she's in Dragonheart, right? Like I remember that, like she was in Dragonheart, and then she's also in Johnny Mnemonic, right? Which was, by the way, one of the coolest VHS cases because you had the little microchip in the VHS. Man, I got to get a hold of that VHS. Anyway, she also played Barbara Gordon in the Birds of Prey WB series, which sucks, but she was actually really good in that. She's also in the Saw franchise. She's in the early Saw movies, if anybody remembers. So I like her as a performer. And why I mention her in particular is a lesson that I have learned the hard way since this movie has released, right? When this movie first came out, I remember being like on Casper's side, on Johnny Rico's side, being like, Denise Richards is the be all end all, right? Like, who cares about Dinah Meyer when Denise Richards is your girl, right? In hindsight, not just talking about the movie, but just in my own life. When you have a character in your life like Denise Richards in this film, in your own personal life, yeah, she's hot, but you know what? It's not working out. The biggest mistake that Johnny Rico made in this movie was not getting with her sooner because she's beautiful. Even though she may not be a Denise Richards type, she is beautiful and she is down. She's down with you. She's down to live. She's down to have fun. She's down to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of girl you need to go for. You want not just beauty, but you want beauty and someone who can get down with you. You know what I'm saying? And Dinah Meyer is that in this movie. She nails it. She is tough. She is badass. She is sexy and sultry at the same time, man. And there's nothing I love better than a fucking strong woman who will throw my ass down and get on top and do whatever the fuck is necessary. You know what I'm saying, man? Let's go.
Who's under those covers with you? It's me, Dizzy. Make it 20 minutes.
Make it 20 minutes. Yeah, I love that. Like, bro, 10 minutes is enough. This dude, first of all, is a virgin. If you've been paying attention, 10 minutes is enough, man. Okay.
I'm going twice.
We can do it. We can make it.
We gave him 20 minutes because there's going to be an awkward 5-minute period where he's going to be apologizing. I've never done that before. All right.
My bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm team Dizzy all the way. Denise Richards was just too stuck up. Like,
Man, listen, Dizzy is Ursula. She's Ursula from Spider-Man 2. Like,
oh Jesus, dude! I thought you were talking about Ursula from Little Mermaid. I was
From
like, wait a
Little
second,
Mermaid?
man.
I'm talking about Ursula from Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, like, easily Peter could have gotten Ursula and been like, because she's awesome, she down, she cooking food, she's not a punk ass like Mary Jane is. And Mary Jane is Denise Richards, and Desi is freaking Ursula. And you choose Ursula. You got to choose Ursula every fucking time.
Yeah, no, good point, man. Great choice, Dizzy. Yep, I love a down ass chick, man. That's a great choice.
I would think for redheads anyway, so I think she was. I just liked her more than Denise Richards even in the movie.
You just want somebody who's ride or die with you, man.
Top off, so I mean, you got more points there. Right?
But you want somebody. You want somebody ride or die, right? It doesn't matter the size of the breast, right, or the color of the hair, anything like that. You want somebody who's down for you.
Yeah, but
right?
she even
Denise Richards doesn't get naked.
She loves him. You know what I'm saying?
There's that.
Well, also she's wishy-washy. She just like, oh, Rico, it's not working out. Bye, sorry.
Fuck her. No, fuck her. No, the second she gave me that video, I'd be like,
it's not as bad as that scene in Jarhead though, where the chick sends the fucking video. If anybody remembers that shit.
You're out here fighting for your planet. Or whatever. They're out here like,
was even being
doing all the fast stuff, and all you can do is dump him. Oh, come on.
I'm trying to save the world here.
Yeah.
The world.
Well, you know what they say, man. Mobile infantry does the dying, and the fleet just does the flying. So there
you go. There you go. Matt, character performance you want to
well, Raleigh took mine, but I still want to say, yeah, I'm team Dizzy all the way, though. I was back then, and now, I don't know. I felt like Dizzy's more obtainable than like Denise Richards. Like, man, I might have a shot with her, but Denise Richards maybe not. Although she does like crazy people. She was married to Charlie Sheen. But anyway, it's kind of tough to pick one now. I guess I'll have to go with. I'm gonna go with 2 because one of them I'm just gonna say shout out again to Rue McClanahan because I think it's cool that she was in this movie. And I'm a big Golden Girls fan. I don't care what anybody says. One of the greatest shows.
Dude, bro. Oh yeah.
And she's a legend in Hollywood. She was in like Mama's Family, Maude, all that shit.
Yeah, dude. And whenever you see a Golden Girl in one of these films, man, you just it holds a special place in your heart. It doesn't matter how bad it is. We always loved Lake Placid. We always loved Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. We always loved this film. We always loved the holiday special for Star Wars because B. Arthur was in it.
Lake Placid, man.
You got all 4 Golden.
The other actor, and I can't remember his name. The guy from Breaking Bad that played Walt's brother-in-law. A shout out to him, although he's not in it very long. But also, like, I just like seeing these actors. Like, you see people, you're like, oh, well, I've seen them in that. Like, Amy Smart's in it.
Yeah,
she's one of the cadets, right?
Yeah, she's in like 2 little scenes, man. Yeah,
but she's in it, and she's still a looker. And I guess I'll go with Neil Patrick Harris because
nice,
dude. Somebody play an SS officer, he could have done that too. Because like I got like, I got Himmler vibes off this dude. I got Heydrich vibes off this dude, and like you know what? Also, if you look back at it, if you watch it a few times, his character's kind of shady from the start. He puts his homeboy Rico on blast, right? Casually kick his math score. He's like, oh, look at Rico here. He's a dumbass. So yeah, I didn't like him from the start. So like, I don't think he's a very likable character. And just like, also, it's like you get more hits from him in it. Like they're torturing these. Okay, they may look ugly looking bugs, but he's torturing these bugs.
Yeah,
they're torturing them.
Yeah.
So,
and this was before his renaissance with like the Harold and Kumar shit, right?
Yeah.
He was like only Doogie Howser to us,
right? This is like his first
movie. I said, "It's Doogie Howser."
Yeah.
He also set that weasel on his mom. Set that weasel up his mom's leg and shit. Yeah.
Here's one thing that's crazy, man. I'm just going to mention this real quick, but notice the characters' last names. There's a lot of like like Spanish last names, Mexican last names,
They were in
Chinese
Buenos
last names, things like that. They're kind of giving this very subtle thing about eugenics because they're all like pretty blue-eyed white fucking people with blonde hair and shit, right? Neil Patrick Harris, Denise Richards, right? But they all like their last names are like, you know, like fucking Johnny Rico. You tell me that motherfucker's a Rico from Buenos Aires? You know what I'm saying?
Flores.
That's a subtle thing in this fucking movie, dude.
Nazis, bro.
Yeah,
They're Nazis.
Fascist.
also another
They're
part
racist.
that proves that, you know, he's not the guy I was talking about. You know, Doogie Howser is not a good character, a good guy. He
I
sends
love how his eyes get sunk in the dark
Rico
at the end.
and the Roughnecks in there to get killed, basically, just to see what these bugs can do.
Right. Yeah, he did. He did.
And I thought Rico wasn't pissed off about that as he should have been. But you know, whatever, I guess. But you know,
He's superior.
yeah, I know. But like, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, you probably go, "Oh, it's for the greater good." That's what people in that kind of situation probably, I guess, would say. It's what a Nazi would say, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess Neil Patrick Harris.
Good choice. I like Neil Patrick Harris in this movie. I thought he was charming. I thought he brought all the things that he brought from Doogie Howser into here.
His name is
And yeah, seeing him in this movie was totally a highlight when I was young. I was like, holy shit.
And I
Neil
always
Patrick
worry
Harris.
about these people that have psychic abilities. They didn't really talk about that much. Just
Yeah.
We didn't see this motherfucker again until he was snorting coke off of a stripper's titties, man.
He's that too. White guy.
All right, Bobo, character you want to highlight?
Man, you guys got all the good ones, but there was so many. There's more. Yeah, that Gary Busey's son. He really stood out. Jake Busey with the violin, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I take care of my boys. Hey, I even got him a violin and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And,
You got an electric violin, dude. It's all like green and purple and shit, dude. That's awesome, dude.
hell
He's
yeah,
like the dude
man.
from Revenge of the Nerds, man, playing electric violin.
And I think I want to say what's his name? So Kurt Russell's son's in there is one of the recruits too and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but I want to say he's in there. But it's just the way the character development, man. It really made me care about, you know, the way they went through the boot camp and the high school and all that. It made me care about these characters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a big plus. Yeah. So the character, and then I have to say I have to give it to Busey, man. But it was a close between him and the brain bug. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Gary Busey,
It's cool.
I feel like he should have been in a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know he's been in stuff, but I feel like I should have seen more of him because he is great in this movie, and he looks just like his father. Holy
Just
shit!
like his dad. Yeah, you know exactly. Yeah.
Fitting image of
Wasn't
his
he in
father.
that movie Spear or whatever, where Jodie Foster's like, no, it's called Contact. He was in Contact.
He was
a
in
crazy
Contact,
guy.
yes.
Rocket. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love him. I thought he was gonna get picked a little earlier, but good choice, Bobo. Good choice. Well, that doesn't leave much for me. But I'm gonna pick Casper Van Dien as Johnny Rico, dude. Like, because Johnny is the Anakin Skywalker of this movie, right? He lives in this society, and he's not really. He doesn't care about citizenship. He's just chasing tail. He's chasing his girl. You know, he's an arrogant kid. You know, he's the high school jock, and he just wants what he can't really have, right? Because he has everything kind of else. And there's a point in the movie where his parents, or somebody asked him, "What do you want to do?" And he said, "I don't know." He had no idea what he wanted to be or wanted to do, right? And even when he went to boot camp, then at the party, he asked his instructor, like, I'm thinking of signing up. What should I do? And Michael Ironside told him, you know, do whatever you feel is right. Like, I can't help you with that decision, right? And then he gets into boot camp, fucks up for the first time, and he's ready to quit, right? And it wasn't until his city and his parents got killed that he went all in dark side. And that's what I feel like he's like Anakin Skywalker in a lot of ways, because he let all the politics of the world shape him. He fell for the trap, and we watched him go from this just like innocent kid to like one of the baddest ass soldiers that they have, man. He's the leader of the Roughnecks by the end of the movie. He's full on Darth Vader. And you know, like I said, when I first saw this movie, he was like one of the coolest characters, but at the end, you know, in recent watches, I'm like, damn, this dude is like the dark side, man. He's like a full on
tragedy. Right?
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
I also love how you're like his first little mistake. His first little mistake. The dude died because of him, right? There's a lot of this movie, and I want to dive into this a little bit later, but like I guess I want to go ahead and say this now, but there's a lot of this movie that's kind of like it wants to be Full Metal Jacket in space, right? And that's like the moment where Vincent D'Onofrio kills himself, right? Yeah, it's I don't know. There's some.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sorry to interrupt, man. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. Add on, because that, you know, I'm not the best at articulating this stuff, but that's how I feel about Rico. Like, I think Rico he just got caught up in all the politics. He got caught up in everything, and he got duped, and he fell for it, and he went full in, and he kind of discovered who he was, right? Towards the end of the movie.
This may be a weird reference, but he kind of went off C. Thomas Howell in Red Dawn. You're like, in Red Dawn, Powers Booth's like, all that hate's going to kill you one day, son. And he's like, keeps me warm. So they just always used on was on rage at that point. That's why he wanted to come back, you know, when he was going to wash out.
What I love about his character is he starts off as kind of the idealist. He believes in that system, right? And then he understands, but it's like, if this was an A24 film, right? Like he would be all like, it would be very obvious that he's like a tortured soul who's like had to kill and do this and give this up and all this kind of shit. But the tragedy is that he just falls right into it. He is a Steve Rogers. He is that character who just falls into line and becomes to him like the most honorable figure he has found in this crazy ass world, which is Michael Ironside's character.
Right.
He becomes that dude. Right. Yeah. And then it shows you the cyclical nature of this kind of society, this militaristic fascist type society that's all about invasion and shit like that. But another thing the movie does well is I love it. Everybody keeps talking about they're the bad guys. They are, but they're also the good guys because it's all a matter of perspective, dude.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
What I'm saying?
100%.
Like, it's all a matter of perspective. And
100%.
It would be more on the nose if they weren't bug aliens and they were like humanoid aliens, right? You know,
but that was kind of like the point in a way too, was like to make them be so grotesque that you won't feel sorry for them, because then it'll be too much like these are the bad guys. He can't pull the trick on you, because he does it once when they show the eyeball. Remember when they show the eyeball of the alien?
Yep.
And that was made. That eyeball was particularly human. I don't know if you guys noticed. It looked particularly human. So it was there to show you like these things have feelings. They're not just mindless creatures, right? And what does he do? He shoots the shit out of that eyeball.
Because war is meant to breed into soldiers the dehumanization of the enemy.
Right? That's what they do when they're in boot camp is you get desensitized to that kind of thing. Because, you know, you remember like Robbie brought up Full Metal Jacket. And my dad was in Vietnam, and he'll tell you he was in the Marine Corps. They did chant stuff like that. When Arlie Ermey's telling them what makes the grass grow, and they say blood, 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 they do say shit like that.
Yeah.
They're indoctrinating you in the military because they don't want somebody that's going to hesitate and get somebody else killed. And then you'll get more people killed. And but like also the humanizing of them though, I watched this the day before the show, and like I actually, when you start looking at that brain bug and like it's scared, you can tell it's scared, and I started feeling for it, even though it's like grotesque looking.
It's grotesque, but it's grotesque on purpose.
It's scared for its race, species.
Yeah,
it's trying to survive. It's a war.
Yeah, and also it's kind of like we're only getting one angle up because you know what they say, the history is written by the victors, right?
Yeah.
I read a book by Howard Zinn called The People's History of the United States in college. And he's like, okay, the people that win, like the Spaniards, they came over here, they wrote the tales, but let's see what the real people were going through when they enslaved these people, took over the land. Also, you see these people, you could almost get an analogy of like the Native Americans when we went west. They were like, no, you get out of here. It's ours now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, when he's shooting the alien, shooting the shit out of the alien, you see all this green blood splatter on him, right? And it's like, ew, and it's disgusting and everything, but it's like you're not getting that feeling like, you know, you're not saying that poor bug, right? Like you're not saying it because it's green, it's gooey, you know, it's over the top, so it's a little funny. But if it was a person, like Robbie said, more humanoid, you'd probably be disgusted. You'd be like, holy shit, these people are savages. Yeah. But anyway,
before you move on, Fable, real quick, does anybody else have this weird optical illusion going on right now where, Fable, you have the thumbnail as the background, and because of that, you have Denise Richards' face right at the torso level of Jake, and it looks like he's wearing a crop top, man, to me, man. I keep looking, and it looks like he's showing his belly off, dude.
I see it now.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's move on to style and structure. Parts of Starship Troopers were filmed in a place called the Badlands of Hell's Half Acre in Natrona County, Wyoming. The area featured extreme weather conditions, including hot days, frigid evenings, blizzards, and 80-mile-per-hour windstorms that affected much of the on-site equipment, requiring replacements to be flown in on a regular basis. So the filming conditions were pretty crazy in this movie. The boot camp scenes were filmed at Miles Square Regional Park in Fountain Valley, California. And about half the budget of this film was dedicated to realizing its 500 visual effects shots. Phil Tippett, who you may know from Star Wars, RoboCop, and Jurassic Park, was mainly responsible for producing the effects relating to the arachnids, while Sony Pictures Imageworks and Industrial Light and Magic were tasked with the spaceship effects. And it kind of makes sense that this movie holds up visually because Phil Tippett, if you know who that guy is, he's like the father of CGI and bringing CGI to movies in a very unique way. But Jake, style and structure, what do you think?
Oh yeah, man. It was great. You know, it all works together, you know, to keep me. It kept me engaged the entire time, right? Like it's balanced between the action and the commentary. You know, it's also it's fast paced, but it also slows down a little bit, you know. But it goes up and it goes down, it ebbs and it flows, but it's really like coherent for me. You know, the style of it's awesome. Like I said, it's kind of like a lot of like groundbreaking stuff for me back then. That obviously like has stood the test of time. You know what I mean? Like 30 years later, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh yeah, it's absolutely something that I could like see coming out today. You know, maybe for a lower budget even, you know what I'm saying? I think overall, man, I didn't know where it was like filmed, so that's cool. It definitely like adds the whole atmosphere, you know, similar to like when we were talking about The Running Man, you know what I mean? Like being able to film on such like a massive scale, you know, it always pays, you know, dividends, you know. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. The writing was good. I mean, we could talk about that, you know, probably the entire time. Very similar to The Running Man again, you know what I mean? I'm only referencing
and by the way, The Running Man from 1987.
Yeah, right. That's like,
yes.
But
we don't want to get Jelani started again, Jake.
Yeah. Not the new one, Jelani. Jesus, man. Not the new one. We're talking about the old one.
He's not the guy. That dude is not the guy.
But I'm referencing that because there's
Glenn Powell.
they have similarities, and as far as like the themes and stuff. But again, right? Like we only see things from one perspective. Overall, it was great, man. I a lot of it flowed, man. It flowed really well for me. So.
Oh yeah, dude. Jelani, style and structure. What do you think?
And real quick, man, fucking Running Man, God damn it, stop remaking movies. Stop remaking movies. Stop getting properties. Hollywood, you stupid fuckers.
I'm all for that too. I don't like.
Stop getting stupid properties. You're like, hey, we got this name. Let's make a fucking.
That being
movie.
said, we do need to finally get a good Island of Dr. Moreau movie.
No,
I'm just
I'm a big fan of the Marlon Brando one, man.
I figured you would be, man. That's awesome.
I love that movie. That movie scared the shit.
I liked the Bela Lugosi one, man.
One day, and I was like, "Oh fuck, man, this shit's scary."
all I'm
That
saying
was
is
scary when you hear about the production of that movie.
But yeah, style and structure. The style of this movie is fantastic. The fact that it's computer generated bugs and they look so real, it make it look really well done for 1997. So I understand the $100 million. It works.
Only 4 years removed from Jurassic Park.
And this is the weird part. We can't do that now, especially in the shitty ass Running Man. But like, oh my god, this movie, like, the sets are gorgeous, the outfits are gorgeous. They've done everything right, like, to make this a believable science fiction movie. And that's the best part about this film. It's so clean. Like, you look at it now and you're just like, yeah, they could do this here, but they can't do this now. Like, we have these people we have whole studios dedicated to making like VFX and practical effects. Yo, this has practical effects that look good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. It's 97. It shouldn't be that. Honestly, at this time, it shouldn't be that hard. We just had Armageddon. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things that you could do now. And I look at it now, and it's just like, what are they even trying to do? This place is time and effort. We get shit like the Running Man, but like, here it is. It's perfectly paced. Like I said before, it is one of those films where it gets in and out. It's like an hour and a half. It's not even. It's like
it's 2 hours, dude.
Really?
It's over 2 hours.
I can't tell. It feels like an hour and a half because, like, you're not even like looking at this film and like, wow, how much longer does this have? Because it tells its story so quick, so crisp, so well done, and it's a propaganda film. It's like a huge propaganda film, and it's shot that way, and it looks like they give people freedom to speak, but at the same time, it's under a controlled environment anyway. So they're gonna speak what has already been programmed into their heads. It's so good. I like the scene where the reporter,
War.
the reporter walks up and talks to all of them and all the people in the barracks. They're just jumping in because they're programmed to say what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Like Casper Van Dien, like we were talking about, he's tragic because he's drinking the Kool-Aid. He understands. He is the brown shirt that everyone wants to see. And
it's crazy. He drinks the Kool-Aid and knows it tastes bad.
It tastes bad, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care because he's there, and it's so worth it. Plus, you got to be a citizen, so you can be a citizen, so you can do stuff. You know, I don't know what happens in the other movies, but I'm pretty sure he's in them, and they're not good. But at the same time, like, he's still drinking that Kool-Aid,
Y'all just wait, man. Fable's first franchise review, Starship Troopers.
No,
Let's
no,
go.
no. I considered it for about 2 seconds, and I was like,
Let's not do that. Let's never do that.
I don't think I've even seen them, bro.
The problem is the other directors didn't get that it was a satire. They try to play it straight.
They were playing straight, and they were like, they're not Paul Verhoeven, and they don't understand what's going on. That's why they suck. And I knew that going in, so I never watched the other ones. But it's paced well. It looks great. It's shot well. It hits its marks. It hits its marks perfectly. Paul Verhoeven is an actual genius, and we're not praising this man enough because of his prowess and knowing exactly what he wants, what story he wants to tell.
nothing looks like a Paul Verhoeven film. He has a style all his own.
And it works very well. I'm impressed. That's it. That's all I got to say.
That's great, bro. Great. Robbie, style and structure.
Loved it, man. Yeah,
No,
style.
Robbie.
Oh, Robbie. Yeah, my bad.
He's doing the bit.
Get ahead of yourself, man.
My bad, Robbie. My bad.
Oh, he was doing it.
Robbie and my old back got out of here.
No, you booted him.
Here he goes. Here he comes.
Man, my bad, man.
Robbie, style and
There
structure.
we go.
What's up? I think is something wrong with me. Anyway, all right. Style and structure. This is where I have some issues with the movie. Right? First of all, style is actually fine. The style is great. Paul Verhoeven. I already knew that I was a fan of Total Recall. I already knew I was a fan of RoboCop. I just recently, last year, found out I'm a huge fan of Showgirls. Like, I used to hate Showgirls. I thought Showgirls was a shitty ass movie, right? And it's not. Like, Showgirls is fucking brilliant. It really, really is, right? And I like Paul Verhoeven, and I've heard him talk about his films before, and in particular, last year when we were doing Showgirls on PCP Movie Night, right? And hearing him talk about the movie, I'm like, oh, he's right. Nobody got the movie he was trying to make. And I feel like that was what was going on here in Starship Troopers. Paul Verhoeven is a European filmmaker, okay? And he's making a film, an American Hollywood sci-fi blockbuster. And he's making it from the thematic perspective of a European art house director making a film about war, right? Which is brilliant. So there are things I love about this movie. I think the style is fine. I think the way it looks is great. He had the same cinematographer from RoboCop, I believe. He had the same composer. He had brought so many people from his crew on RoboCop onto this movie. Also, I think it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've seen Basic Instinct. I think maybe it's time for us to re-review.
Yeah, boy.
Right?
I agree.
Like, Paul Verhoeven may be one of the greatest filmmakers of this era, of the 90s in particular, right?
Basic Instinct, I put up there LA Confidential is the two big noir films of the 90s.
Yeah, I love LA Confidential, and I haven't seen Basic Instinct in forever. I've seen LA Confidential so many times in my life. I just love that movie, right? But like, maybe I need to revisit Hollow Man. I fucking hate Hollow Man, but like, you know what? Maybe I should revisit it. But I thought I didn't like this film, but I do. And I think the style is great. The way he shoots it is interesting and cool. And I love he's a bit ahead of his time with how he's portraying his theme of fascism in the military industrial complex. He's basically showing the fulfillment of Dwight D. Eisenhower's message, his warning, right? When he was about to leave the presidency, right? And all that shit. Or right? And when he says the most dangerous thing is the military industrial complex. We need to watch out for that, right? So there's that. We've touched on so many things like the dehumanization and all that. We'll get to the themes more. My biggest problem with this style, one of the other things I like is the special effects. I think ILM and everybody else involved, special effects hold up really cool. However, there are two scenes where Denise Richards is flying that plane and they have to like dodge those goddamn spitballs from those bugs or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's a cool scene. Oh fuck. 20 minutes later, let's just fucking do the exact same fucking scene again. Are you serious? The exact same scene. And take up another fucking 5 minutes, because that's the problem with this movie, to me, is the structure. I do think it runs a bit too long. When Jelani said he thought it was an hour and a half, it blew my fucking mind, dude. This movie is 2 hours and 8 minutes, and I felt like a good half of that. Like a good half of that, I felt like this movie repeatedly slowed up too much, right? And I think that one of the biggest problems with this film at the time and into today, but more especially at the time, is that it didn't have the kind of pace that the audience was expecting due to the marketing of this film. And it wants to be Full Metal Jacket, but it's not as deep story-wise and character-wise as Full Metal Jacket. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Full Metal, I mean, look at it. Full Metal Jackets, which is very much the same movie as Stripes. Great movie, Stripes. You know, but you know, the idea that we're building up boot camp and then we're going into the war, right? And like in Full Metal Jacket, I, as an audience member, am worn out before they even get to war. So I feel how the soldiers are supposed to feel. I feel desensitized, right? That's not what this movie does. This movie kind of breezes through that, and where I think it should have spent more time building these characters, in particular, Neil Patrick Harris, Denise Richards, and Casper Van Dien. This is supposed to be the core three that we're supposed to be paying attention to in this movie. And we lose one character early.
Yeah.
Right? Just for like an obvious heel turn towards the end. A heel turn that becomes a face turn. It's like John Cena in 2025, dude. Like, what the fuck is even going on? Are you a bad guy? Are you a dick? Are you good? I don't fucking know. Denise Richards, kind of there, kind of not. We don't really see what this movie wants to do. Is it wants to show us how this war has brought innocent children into its propaganda machine, grinded them up, and spit them back up on 3 different levels.
Yeah.
Infantry, fleet, and higher ups, right? And it doesn't do that. It doesn't quite meet that promise. It doesn't do that because of the script. And I think that the thematic material doesn't come across sometimes because of that. We're not invested in these characters. So it's not Full Metal Jacket. It is maybe in structure, but not quite in impact, delivery, or execution, right? And I think that's where the movie falls a little bit flat, but I'm just talking about like a movie that could be one of the grand cinematic masterpieces of science fiction of the 90s, not working so much. Also, it was going up. We had just watched Independence Day, Men in Black.
Yep.
So it needed to lean into that. It needed to either A, be shorter and more like boom, 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 and then be the parody, or it needed to be what it is with its length and structure, but focus more on the characters. And I think that's where it kind of gets away from us.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely. I could see what you're saying for sure, 100%. Especially with the 3 character arcs. We do lose Neil Patrick Harris for a good chunk of this movie, and he's fantastic. So I would have definitely loved to see a little more of his turn to the dark side. As much as
if this movie is 2+ hours, we got time to do that, man. You know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, Matt, style structure.
I gotta see this movie more like I do see what he means by a Full Metal Jacket, but also I mentioned her name earlier. She's not a very good person, but I get this Leni Riefenstahl style vibe off this movie. Like, I'm doing my part, and like these people are just hollow, empty people. I think that's why he wanted young actors. They kind of just go over the top. They don't have to be like. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think we have any humanity. I think they might lose more humanity along the way, but they've already been preconditioned to think yeah, we got to kill these bugs. We got to do this. We got to serve our planet or whatever. I don't know. Like I felt like more like because if they wanted to go that direction, because we kind of see Matthew Modine in Full Metal Jacket kind of loses the innocence a little bit more and more the further he goes along. A little bit in boot camp. A little
And
bit
that's
more.
what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, they may be trying to. I think more they're just trying to like I said at the end of it, it's just like I'm watching and like let's not get it twisted, y'all. The United States military had propaganda films too.
Oh yeah, true.
So like that's the only vibe I get from the movie the whole way out is like this is just like we're watching propaganda for this federated planet government, and like I even think that Sky Marks when they said he had to step down because he screwed up. I think they took him in a room with a gun and said, "All right, just save us some paperwork," because that's what Stalin would do. And they kind of do that in. Sorry, I keep going back to Andor because I just watched it. It's fucking brilliant. They leave over there, and he's like, "I'll be there in a minute." He pulls out that blaster and takes himself out. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive on that on my channel, by the way. But anyway, but yeah, I can see what Robbie's saying though, because maybe they were trying that and didn't do it, but I felt like more like the director. He's just doing some straight satire here, y'all. Like RoboCop, I think that kind of went over people's heads a little bit too, because it's just straight satire. It's talking about these corporations having too much control over things.
Look at the way RoboCop handles the seriousness of the character versus the ridiculousness of some of that those satirical elements.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying that Verhoeven is going for this character arc and showing us this, but he is trying to do the satirical thing while also making us realize, like, and it loses the audience. And I do think a lot of that is the filmmaker's fault in this particular movie. And we all take from film what we take from film, but RoboCop, look at how it handles the seriousness of Murphy's character, right? And the ridiculousness of everything else. It's very obvious, even to me as a 7-year-old, like what they're doing.
The thing about RoboCop, like you're saying, is that your heart, all this silly shit going on, but your heart breaks for Murphy the whole time.
Yeah.
Because like look at all the things he's lost and they've turned him into this machine.
But I think the silly shit is sort of okay, it's not realistic, but it kind of is realistic in a lot of ways because we live in a silly fucking world ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you see a lot of the shit that happens now, you'd be like, no way. No way that happened.
Like I could see somebody do something on video, and if somebody voted for that person, they'll be like, well, no, he didn't mean it that way, or no, that's CGI, or no, that's AI. They wouldn't say that. No, you misquoted them out of context. They didn't say that.
And I think a lot of what he does is that, like, he puts everything that can really happen on fucking blast. Like, he turns up the fucking volume on everything, whether it's tits, whether it's the violence.
He puts it in Technicolor, like the whole way.
I think his movies seem more outlandish and outrageous than they actually are. Right? Like when I said, like, does anybody remember more nudity and violence in this movie? Right? Until you like, and same thing when you watch Basic Instinct. Like, doesn't that scene seem way more outrageous than it actually is when she like uncrosses her legs and like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so small by today's standards, I guess, but I don't know.
Hey, back then it was pretty titillating though. You're like, oh, she got her underwear on, but
I remember watching that movie when it came out on VHS. My mom had a rule. She's like, you watch any R-rated movie as long as I'm in the room. If there's nudity on the screen or sex, I'm going to have you turn your head. We had this whole fucking sliding glass wall door. So I would just turn my head to that glass door and I could just see everything. Dude, I was just like, Basic Instinct is the greatest movie of all time.
But he may have missed. I don't know. He may have missed on some things, but like, I don't really think you're supposed to like feel humanity for these characters by the end of it. To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, if you really get it, but the thing about this movie is it does a little Jedi mind trick on you. I hope they kill all these damn bugs. You know, them kids stomping on those bugs. You get caught up in it, but like we get caught up in that too, like in every country, like like in the Cold War, for example. We thought all the Soviets, all their women were ugly, and they're all burly looking women, and these weird like bland clothes. Like if y'all saw a commercial in the 80s or something about the Russians, they were all a certain way, and they all saw us a certain way too.
And nowadays, all of us like some some Americans are spending thousands of dollars on Russian brides right now, man.
But it has a lot to
In the
do
country.
with what Robbie said earlier when he said that this is a foreign guy's view of our country.
Yes.
What do you think they see? Tits, guns, fucking ultra violent, and he's just putting it on screen at a more hyper volume. But like I said, when I said earlier, it tells a lot about yourself, right? Because like I said, I was like, hell yeah.
Hey,
Big guns, tits,
style-
and I totally didn't get it. I totally didn't understand it.
With the stylized violence, I almost would call Verhoeven the Dutch John Woo. It's just violent as he just likes getting people. I mean, a lot of violence. Maybe not. Maybe that's a little bit too far because John Woo's more poetic with his violence, I guess. I mean, more. I don't know. It's like more like
doves fly out and shit, bro.
around, chow in fat with 245s.
It's in slow motion.
If you went around with 245 with one arm, with one hand, it would come back and hit you in the head like this. Because I don't know if you ever fired with those guns. They got to kick like a mule. But anyway, yeah, I'm done. I'm rambling now. I need to shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Good, man.
I had 2 glasses of wine, and that was probably one too many.
There you go.
I never would have pegged Matt as the wine drinker of the panel, but I love that. I would actually would have said Jake was the wine drinker.
Like some beers or something. Like, yeah, I'm a little bit classy.
He kind of revealed my secret of having this on a Friday night, right? Like this shit'll unravel
You
by
got it.
the end of the night.
Yep.
I fucking love a good Cabernet Sauvignon, by the way. Good stuff.
Babo, style and structure, my brother.
There you go, man. You guys said it, man. Guns, tits, and electric fiddles and shit.
That needs to be on the goddamn the 4K fucking release, man. Guns, tits, and fucking electric fiddles and shit.
We need to clip that part right there where he said that and just use it short.
You got to help me out with that, man. I don't know how to
All right, what the 148? Let me write it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was good, man. Just like you guys said, man. Yeah, it goes deep. But there was that one scene where they're in high school and he's playing the football, man. The Super Bowl's coming up, man. And they had Disney being the quarterback.
Yeah.
She's like, eyes on, hey, eyes right here, man. Wake up, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he does that flip and rolls in the end zone, man. He looked like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift over there. So, yeah.
She just goes like, it's the game.
So yeah, man, I loved it, man. Yeah.
We're so hardcore in the future. We stopped wearing helmets during football, by the way.
Yeah.
Guns, tits, and electric fiddles.
Yeah, that's what makes it rhyme, though. That's like he had the perfect syncopation: guns, tits, electric fiddles, and shit. Like dude, that was great.
The American way, right? All right.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing I'll add, I guess, is I think the special effects are fantastic. Like really freaking good. Like being 4 years removed from Jurassic Park, we saw Pitch Black. And one of our biggest complaints, I don't know if you remember, Jelani, is we were saying, well, they didn't know how to do the daytime stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks cooler at night. They had, not this movie. This movie's bold, big, bright. The sun is out. The way they created hordes and hordes of these things was fantastic. I mean, Phil Tippett, my lord, if you wonder why special effects got worse or CGI got worse, it's probably because Phil Tippett went away.
You know why? You know why his last name is Tippett? Because we got to tip it.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tip your hat, tip your mask, tip your dick, whatever the fuck it is.
All of that shit.
It's a waitress and shit, yeah.
If you think about stop motion effects, I only think of 2 people: Harryhausen and Phil Tippett.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, when that person was jumping off of the platform and the bug caught him with 2 arms right through his fucking shoulders and hung him in midair.
Yeah.
How difficult would that have been back in 1997 to achieve? Can you
And
imagine?
part of
Dude,
this
it holds up,
makes
dude.
this movie
And think about
better.
it.
Better
Two
than
years
movie
after
now.
this movie's made and released at the same time that George Lucas is making Phantom Menace. Get the fuck out of here, George. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah. When the bug
And
the
ILM
bugs,
is his shit, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
when the bug's front beak goes through Rico's leg, that shit looks crazy.
It does.
When Homeboy in the and that's just the CGI. When we get to the practical, Homeboy that got shot in the training thing, when the fucking bullets went up his face, that was insane.
That was a good shot. That was good.
Just a lot of that stuff was fantastic. Homeboy that got the brain sucked out of his head.
Yes.
Oh,
That shit looked.
Well, even those dead bodies, like that have been dismembered. Like
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of practical effects. If you could do a practical effect, I think you should do it.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of lost that a lot today with some of these Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
I like what Omar's saying in the chat, man. They need some swords, man. Some laser swords, dude. If they had some laser swords, man, fuck, dude. They'd be cutting fucking limbs off and just like, yeah. Because these dudes, how much ammo? Oh my god! I'm sitting here watching this movie. Like, how much ammo do they have? They got to run out. They only ran out like a couple of times in the fucking movie. But it takes like 1,000 fucking bullets to kill one of these motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah, give me that. Give me. I want that rifle.
Why aren't you
Give me
using
that
the
gun.
shotgun
Lady,
blast?
you're muted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well, no, there's a part where you're talking about they run out of ammo, but even when they do that, Casper Denzine throws his last magazine to Dizzy. He's like, make it count. And she makes it count because she fires that damn thing for 20 minutes.
Yeah. No. And that's the other side of the style that I love. The look of the future, the look of their guns, the look of those drop ships, the look of their military. I don't know if it's the same art director or anything from RoboCop, but my mind immediately went to RoboCop when I saw just the
I went
look.
to Aliens a little bit too with those drop ships.
Yeah, just fantastic. That scene where they're dropping is just insane.
I think Omar's onto something. I think we need to remake this movie with fucking samurai swords, man. I swear that would be so badass, dude.
Samurai swords and chainsaws.
Yes.
As far as structure is concerned, I understand where Robbie's coming from, but I also would agree with Matt where it's like, I don't think he's trying to be Full Metal Jacket. I really don't think he's trying to do that. I think he's trying to definitely do a complete satire, fool the audience into thinking they're seeing this heroic tale of this kid that comes up in the ranks and becomes the leader of this army and takes down the enemy. And we're supposed to root for him at the end and be like, yes, we captured the brain bug. Hell yeah, this movie's badass. And even though there's a lot of smarter people than myself that caught all the shit, all the Nazism and the fascism and all of that, I think a lot of us didn't. I just really do. That's why I think it kind of went undersung. It kind of went into cult classic territory because it wasn't until shit started changing around here that a lot of people were like, well, this movie's prophetic.
Yeah.
Well, this movie's saying some shit that really happened, just like RoboCop.
That's a lesson to filmmakers, right? Paul Verhoeven. You make two movies that are above your audience's heads. Next thing you know, you're making Hollow Man and then nothing else.
Yeah. I like Hollow Man, by the way.
There's a reason that the Empire and Star Wars movies have these gray-looking uniforms. The same reason they have gray-looking uniforms in this movie. They're trying to tell you these guys are Nazis.
Yeah. But yeah, structure. I think it has a great pace, like Jelani said. I would agree with that. I like them being in school, them getting into boot camp, learning their shit, going to war, figuring out that they're outmatched. You know what I mean? And then finally at the end, winning and all of that stuff. I think it breezes by for its 2 hours. So style and structure, I think, are both great. But I do agree with Robbie in the sense that, yeah, maybe if we did explore the other two, it would have been cool. But I don't know if it would have made for a better movie, if that makes any sense. Right? I think it still hits where it's trying to hit. But real briefly, before we get into the theme, just wanted to talk about the music. Of course, the music was done by the one and only Basso Polidorus. that if you don't know his filmography, he's a composer of Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, as well as Red Dawn, Iron Eagle, RoboCop, The Hunt for Red October, and a weird one, Free Willy, and the sequel.
It's a great movie, man. Great movie.
Will jumps over a kid.
What franchise are we covering first? Free Willy or Starship Troopers, man? Let's
we
go.
Do Free Willy. We could do Free Willy. I'll just give my thoughts real quick. I am a sucker for some good ass war music, man. I don't know what it is about war drums and the beat of war drum, but whether it's the Imperial March, for the stormtroopers, or it's the orcs of Mordor going down on Middle Earth. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that war music, RoboCop, that just gets me. And I think Basil is like one of the best at doing that kind of music. Now, this movie in particular, I don't feel has a strong theme, right? Like not as noticeable as a RoboCop, let's say, or Conan the Barbarian. I don't think it's as memorable. But fuck if I'm not all the way in when they do the drop ship part, where they finally invade Klendathu and they're getting on the drop ship. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go kick some bug ass. So it works very well, but I don't think it's one of his most memorable scores. Matt, music, what do you think? I mean, not Matt, I'm sorry, Jake.
Oh, sorry. That's your caught me off guard.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. Jake.
Yeah, banger music, man. Does what it needs to do.
Is he muted or
every time, man? Every time I pick these movies, man, the music does exactly what it needs to do. It's nothing.
You guys hear Jake?
I hear Jake.
Yeah,
I heard Jake.
Everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can.
All right, I'm gonna pop out and pop back in.
Okay, but yeah, the music, man, does what it needs to do. It sets the mood, sets the tone. Yeah, I mean, exactly what I like in a film. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Jelani, what do you think about the music?
I think it's basic militaristic beats for a lot of it. The funniest part for me for music is the prom dance or whatever the dance is. And it's like the singers in the dance, they can't sing for shit. They can't sing for absolute not shit.
I was thinking the same thing.
They are freaking terrible. Oh, sing to the life that I live. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You can shut up now. It's okay. I'm like, did this fascist society like kill like culture? So there's no culture. I'm guessing that's what it is because I think they did that on purpose. They were like, or this was Paul Verhoeven's girlfriend or something, and he was like, "I need to make you sing."
The culture of this film is like mashed potatoes with no salt, no pepper, no garlic, no fucking nothing. Man. You know, like it's like potato salad with raisins.
No, carrot. Yes. It's trash, man. Well, like, so there's that. It's the standout stuff of that. But it's to me, it's just generic war drum music. And I love Conan. Da, 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 da. I love Conan the Destroyer. I love all these films, and especially Free Willy. The whale jumps over the kid. It's like they're touching me. So just the music just felt like it was just blanket. It was there. There was, I mean, it was good. It was war drumming beat music, but it was still bland to me. So this is how I felt about it. But that girl singing, I was just like, stop singing. Like, girl, don't quit your day job. Please don't quit your day job. Because you're going to be slinging waitress stuff. You'll be doing waitressing for a while. Sorry, that's all I got.
All right. Robbie, what do you think? Music.
First of all, I loved Free Willy way too much as a fucking kid, man. I love that movie for some reason, dude. Like, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, dude. That's a PCP movie night waiting to happen. It's Free Willy, man.
Watch Free Willy. All
And
of them.
I hope that's Bobby's first appearance on PCP Movie Night. Will be Free Willy. You get the first spot, Bobby.
Hell yeah, man.
And you know I'm crazy, dude. I might get fucking lit one night and decide we're gonna do the fucking franchise. And you know what? We don't even know. There may be 10 of those motherfuckers now. We don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? They could be released to like some random ass fucking streaming service.
Free Willy meets Free Willy meets Air Bud and shit.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, dude. and then I'm really hoping for Free Willy meets Air Bud meets Beethoven. Get the fuck
they
out.
jump like that. They both jump at the basketball like that. They go up for the jump. Yeah.
All right, Bobby. Whenever we do the Air Bud franchise, you're there too. All right, but the music on the film, the music is good. The music's fine. I've heard the Cat do better, but once again, what is this movie trying to do? I think he is delivering the score that he was asked to deliver. Right. Propagandic. It's so many shades of John Williams, Star Wars, Jerry Goldsmith, Star Trek. There's so much of that put into this movie. It doesn't have a core theme, like you were saying, Fable, so it doesn't differentiate itself or make itself unique enough. It is just, this is the soundtrack of a militaristic propaganda film for this story, for this era. And I think that if the music and some of the characters were more nuanced, we would have a more of an impact. But I do think that Paul and company are making the movie they are setting out to make. I'm just criticizing what I think would made it work better then and even better now. Honestly, 10 minutes shaved out of this film would be great. But if you want to spend those 10 minutes, we need some better music. That's what I would say. The music's fine. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's like, it's like scene fucking like Act 4, Scene 3 of a Star Trek Deep Space Nine or Voyager episode music. It's fine.
It sounds like B-roll RoboCop. Like, what wasn't used in RoboCop, we'll use it here.
It just doesn't have that remarkable, memorable theme that you were saying that he does have in movies like RoboCop and Conan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Matt, music, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I can just go over like he said, Conan the Destroyer, Red Dawn. This guy did Iron Eagle, RoboCop. But I mean, it's passable in this. I mean, it's not as good as like Conan the Barbarian. That music's just epic.
Yeah.
But like it's good for what it's supposed to do, except for those. I agree with Jelani. Like that scene at that prom. What the hell?
What was that, man?
That girl couldn't sing. Oh, she couldn't
I can't freaking sing.
I might have to watch it again.
I kept watching the second time I watched it. I had to like fast forward through it.
I was watching one of them bad auditions for American Idol.
Yes.
When I heard the girl sing, but like, it was just really pitchy. Anyway, probably heard much from her again. She probably was like the niece of somebody in the crew.
Yes. That's what I'm saying, man. That was a Nepo baby.
She just sang the national anthem at the fucking Charleston River Dogs fucking game, Like, let's go.
I forgot about that. I didn't realize that. Maybe she'll be at that alternate halftime show they're trying to pull off.
Which awful halftime show?
Anyway, I'm for Bad Bunny all the way. But anyway, I don't know. The music's good for what it is, and I guess it's supposed to have that propaganda feel to it anyway. Like it's supposed to be like, like the music you'd see, and like I'm getting ready to go old school, like some of the music you hear in like a movie like Sergeant York or something. But I think that's what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Motherfucker bringing up Sergeant York. God damn, Matt. That's why we love you, man. Holy shit, dude.
Matt, I think Matt has seen every movie ever made, I think.
Impressive.
Like a certain point, I kind of like, I don't know. I kind of got disillusioned with some of Hollywood, although there's been some great films the last 2 years, but there's been some real crap too. Like Jelani, like, oh my God, like why they got to remake Total Recall? Why they got to remake Running Man? Give me a break.
Why they got to do it? They have to do it. They
just do original shit. Go watch Bone Temple. Go watch Send Help. Those are movies we need, not those other.
He had a brilliant movie last year. It can be done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
they're gonna fail. It don't matter. They hate
Babo, music,
Yeah.
my brother. What do you think?
it.
The music was adequate, man. Like I really didn't really notice it. You know what I mean? It went right along with the movie. It didn't really, it was just perfect with the movie. But I didn't know he did Conan, man. That I can hear any song from that Conan soundtrack, and dun 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 dun. Yeah, it jumps out to me. Yeah,
You
but
remember that shit, right? Yeah, dude.
yeah,
That's good
man. Yeah,
shit,
that's the
dude.
fit right there. Yeah, so I love that. Yeah. But the music was cool, man. I liked it, like I said. But going back to my theme, man, was that the fiddling of Jake, man. I believe he actually played that fiddle. I think he played in the land of Dixie. I want to think, what I mean. He played some Southern Belle shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Dude, that shit brought me back to the Future Part 3.
So yeah, man. Guns, tits, electric fiddles, and shit, man. Yeah, I'm thinking back to that, man.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Bobby needs to be on more shows, man. Come
Yeah,
on,
Bobby,
man.
with
Let's
the
do
crown.
this.
Hey, Bob, we're going to be reviewing New Warriors. The Warriors next week. So
Oh, that's
I
my
was about to be
shit.
like, bro, they did
That's
a new
my shit.
movie. You tell me, man.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that later.
Oh my
Hell
God,
yeah,
let's
hell
hope,
yeah.
let's hope they never try to remake the Warriors. I'll be
Yeah.
They'll do it. No, bro. They gonna do it.
Yeah, but
They're
what if we remade it as a statement against?
No, I'm telling you right now, if they try to ever remake Jaws, I'm burning this motherfucker down.
I quit.
I'm just glad every time they try to remake Jaws, they name it something different. Like Deep Blue Sea or fucking Meg. Or...
Dude, I love Deep Blue Sea, bro.
That being said, I think I would have more of a respect for Sharknado if it was actually Jaws 7 Sharknado. Like I would I would be like, that's actually my favorite Jaws movie, y'all. It's part 6. It's
Jaws, but in a tornado.
it's a bold reinterpretation of the franchise.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, at least they were trying something with Sharknado. What the fuck? Instead of remaking everything. But all right, man. So here at Pop Culture Philosophers, we like to go just a little deeper. We like to peel back the onion, get into the layers of things, and I think we touched on a lot of the themes already. But I think there's some things we didn't talk about as well. I mean, we went into the militarism of it, but there's the colonialism of it. There's also like we said, like Rico's journey. But what is this movie saying to you, or what do you think it's trying to say? Jake, I'll start with you. What do you think? Theme.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I heard. I mean, Nazis kind of stuff. Nazis. If I didn't say yeah, I mean, dude, I'm very much a person that, if you believe what the government's telling you, you're just a moron. Any government, I don't care what side, panders to its audience. With propaganda, there's propaganda. Oh my God, it's just like, and then like you guys were saying earlier, it's just like, or I think Matt was saying, with like, I got, get on like TikTok or some other shit. It's like, when did the news stop becoming the news? You know what I mean?
Right.
And when, it's just, we did this with like the whole Running Man thing too, the good one. But it's tough, man. And again, I'll bring it back to just that, like, watching this movie again, like, it definitely plays out. Like, I get the whole like satire thing, and I think it just works so well that I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So am I. Yeah.
I know it's like fucked up, but it's like, sometimes I'm not really looking to be super in depth with like certain films,
Right.
especially when they're like, for me, if they're like a cult classic, I'm not like digging super deep to be you know what I mean? Like digging too deep into it. I think this is just another film that was a little bit before its time. I think it did a great job at the whole satire, the whole fascistic, rule. Obviously, right? Like it did a great thing at the whole militarism and fascism and almost like right. It was a fascistic utopia, right? Because there's nothing wrong, right? But in the real reality, there would probably be a lot of fucking issues going on, similar to if it was a socialistic country or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
On the ground of Earth, it's like fucking Demolition Man. Dennis Leary's eating rat burgers and shit.
Yeah, for sure. That I like that. That was another great movie. Those are the ones like before I got into horror. Those are the type of movies I was like really into. So yeah, I mean, man, there, it has a lot. But those are some of the bigger things that, if you're that I'm delving into and looking more closely at. But it just did a really good job at it, That's kind of where I'm at with that. As far as like, do I think he was like pushing it to like the level that that some of us are trying to dissect it to? I don't know. But I'm not talking to the guy who directed it, or I'm not talking to the guy who wrote it, so.
Right.
But it could be,
Yeah, no,
it's a good, great movie.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I agree with you. I think that's why it works on a lot of levels. Is just because you can just take it as big dumb fun and still have a great time. You don't really have to do the dissecting here.
Dude,
to come away with, this is awesome.
Yeah, and I think sometimes I do that because I'm so, at some level fed up with a lot of things that it's just like I just want to like enjoy and like Rome, like give me fighting, give me shit to entertain me, right? And like that's part of the problem too. You know what I mean? That like I don't want those things in my life. I want to have some sort of solace, too. Yeah. So sometimes like I want just a fucking fun, great movie that like, and those are the ones that kind of I'm attracted to, right? Like I love the B horror trash films, that are like just straight up entertainment for me that may have like a deeper meaning, but it's for me sometimes
like Chud.
Like Chud, you know what I mean? So many great things, environmentalism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chud is one of those, yeah.
But it's like, it's great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, Jake. Jelani, Dean, what is this movie saying to you, or what is it trying to say?
Fascism. No.
Nazism.
I'm not gonna, Nazis.
Goddamn Nazis.
Space Nazis at that. They're like super space Nazis. They get it. Now, I'm gonna go with a smaller theme. I mean, of course, we're gonna talk about the big topics of propaganda and how the military industrial complex molds the minds of this entire world and how it works. I'm not going into all that shit. I'm going into the simple shit. Michael Ironside tells Rico during the party, he says, "Don't mess up a good thing." I'm gonna treat this movie like messing up a good thing. Don't mess up a good thing. You don't want to Denise Richards. You want to Dina Meyer, and you gotta understand that what you see, that loyalty is key, and we talked about it before. Yeah. It's one of those. It's a smaller theme, but it makes sense to me at this point in time. You got to pick loyalty over just the frivolous. Yeah. Just she doesn't love me. She would try it on. Tell me you love me. Try it on for starters.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "I love you," and you're like, you lying.
Why of course, he does tell her that when they're like 18 years old.
Yeah.
So let's not forget that. Too.
It's true. Yeah. It's puppy love.
She might come off as a bitch, but she might be really honest.
She be doing
is.
She'd be doing the same thing to Dizzy though. She said, "I love you," and he didn't say
it. You, he didn't say it back. He didn't say it back. And he was
that
like,
is the point. Always be down with the one who's down for you, not just the one who's
down. Though, yeah, she down. So you got to be down. And I'm like, all right, I can work with down.
And Dizzy looks good, and she
look real good. She can get
so if you find someone who's down and looks good, bro, that's where you go.
Get it.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's what I get from this movie. It's a special film, but it's about fascism and Nazis and how the military-industrial complex can mold our minds and tell us whatever we need to tell us to fight bugs from another star system, because things and such and asteroids.
Asteroids. Rocket Robbie. Theme.
First of all, I want to announce something new I'm doing. Is every movie review, I'm going to be smoking marijuana, cannabis, and this is a straw nana, indica forward hybrid. Okay, so there you go. Let me try it real quick. Just as good as it was.
Here, pass over to me real quick.
There you go. All right. I love what Jake said, and you elaborated on Fable about the layers of the film, how it does work on a level where if you want to dive deeper, but like great films should do, it also works as a popcorn film.
Yeah.
You just want to fucking have some popcorn, have some friends over, smoke some fucking straw nana, drink some whatever the fuck Jelani's drinking up there, like, and have a good time.
It's called Ramrod, bro. It's called Ramrod.
If you want a ramrod and some straw nana and just have a good time with your homies, this is a movie to do it with, right? It works on those levels. I do think that the director is trying to give us a look at, I think he's delivering a warning. The warning is the warning of fascism. You know what I'm saying?
Fascism.
All that shit. There's that and like the propaganda of it. And I think that something that's very clever about the movie is that it's trying to lull you in, right, to that through the propagandistic nature of the film. Is propagandistic a word? I don't fucking know. But you understood what I was saying there, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think that it's trying to pull us into this world and make us root for them, feel bad for them, and then at the end kind of have almost an empty feeling.
Yes.
There is no resolution to the love story. There is no resolution to Doogie Howser's fucking calling out Casper Van Dien at the beginning of the movie, being like, "You're stupid as fuck, everybody pay attention. He's stupid as fuck." You know what I'm saying? There is no comeuppance. There's no comeuppance for anybody in this film, right? And there's a tragic nature to this film that I think the director, Paul Verhoeven, I think the writer, I think what they're trying to do with this film as an adaptation for its time, I think what they're trying to do, they hit. I think that it falls a little bit short because I think it would hit better if we cared more and really saw the tragedy of what's happening to Casper's character
Right.
within the propaganda. Like, I'm not saying that we need to give as much time to the other two characters of Denise Richards and Neil Patrick Harris, right? I'm just saying that, like, we need to see more of, like, I think it should have went. It could have gone a little bit further. Would have hit more. Would it be more of a everlasting, resonant film? But I think it's solid, and I think it's hitting on those layers really cool. And also, during tonight, I drew this picture of a little bug. So there you go. There you go. There you go.
Yo, send that to me. I want it.
Claim.
All right. Yeah. No. I can dig that. I do think it's too subtle because, like I said, it went over my head. I was rooting for Rico, even at the end of the movie when he's like, "Come on, you want to live forever." You know, he's Rico's Roughneck. And I'm like, yeah, boy, let's go, right? But not really realizing he fell for it, man. He drank the Kool-Aid. He's totally dark side now. Like, There's no coming back.
Well, what other choice
started
does
this
he
movie.
have, though, right? Once he picks that, what other choice does
Well,
he have?
that's where I'm gonna get to my thing, but let's get to Matt's first. Matt, theme. What is it saying, or what's it saying to you?
Well, I have a theory about this movie. The entire film is supposed to be an audience watching a propaganda film about how the war started and where it's going and where they're at now. And like I agree with Robbie, like this is a psyop. This fucking movie's a psyop, dude. Because he's like, hey, he's like, oh, we're the whole time we're like, well, I think what he's trying to do, and maybe he didn't do it good enough because there maybe should have been more of a thing at the end. Like I agree with Robbie on that because like this whole movie, they're conditioning you to root for these people. And the director's trying to tell you that all these people are like, I can't imagine being those people in 1930s Germany that was falling for this shit and actually went along. I can't believe normal people who wouldn't have normally done something like this went along with putting people in concentration camps and doing all this atrocities to people, war crimes.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty easy to get caught up in that. And this movie's a good example of that because everybody watching it. Hey, Fable, you're not the only one. The first time I saw it, I fell for it too.
Yeah.
So like, it's like you got to be careful. It's a slippery slope because Leo's right.
He wraps it in all the shit that we would find cool, right? He wraps it in, like you said, beautiful women, big old guns, brother. Yeah, he wraps it in that wrapper like RoboCop. I always found it so fucking cool that his gun came out of his leg.
These horrible aliens.
I don't know about you, but
Right, dude, you're making me rethink. Like even in the way that like he loses Denise Richards, hooks up with Dizzy, then Dizzy dies tragically. But by the end, him and Denise Richards are like still homie. Like even that is kind of like a story being told to the audience in a way, right? Like, that's
and if you think about it, the whole thing, like everything, when he's in boot camp, even before that, like they look down on him because he's a dumbass that can't pass a math test, and like even his best buddy looks down on him, kind of looks down his nose at him if you kind of look back at it, watch the movie again. But it's also only the strong survive. We're just gonna leave the weak behind. Like even the guy's like, if you can't hack it, you're gone. Like he says, if like he tells Rico, I want you to do the same for me if I die. That's what Michael Ironside says. And just to kill somebody, he could. I mean, they might be able to save him. I don't know. I mean, it was only a flesh wound, to quote the Black Man. But,
lose both of your legs, sure.
But like, they're just trying to, and it's just, I don't know if I've lost the thread here. What I was trying to say was like the dehumanization of that. Like only the strong survive. That guy was a dumbass because he took his helmet off, got himself killed, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but like, all this.
Okay, dude, go for it.
I don't know. I just think it's maybe it could have been better. Does it have flaws? Yes, but I think that's the overall. I mean, we all know this is like Jelani said. It's fucking Nazis, man.
Oh yeah, Matt. Babo, theme. What is it saying? What do you think it's saying?
To me, man, like I said, I was always, it was like it was a popcorn movie, man. It's even a kid cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was, that. And but listening to you guys tonight, I can see where it's tying into like shit that's going on right now in these present times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the characters there, they go to the planet and they do a regime change. They take the brain bug and they take them out of the other. It's still they made like a deal to get the oil or precious jewels out of something's down there that they wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, brother.
Them bro, the bug poop's worth some money or something because they wanted it, man. Because we said we going up there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We can't be too real here on YouTube, Bobby, man. They'll come after you. So
right?
Comment down.
It's all a made up movie. It's a made up movie, man. Starship Troopers.
Fake fascism.
But when he said, what's he, I'm not psychic, but what's this big old bug thing? He's afraid. I could tell you he's afraid. We got him all hemmed up. Everybody's poking him with sticks and shit. I'd be scared too. Shit, you guys got me all like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah. It's just saying a lot, man. I'm looking at it in a whole new way, you know what I'm saying? But I still enjoy it, you know what I'm saying? I still cheer for the Rico and, Dizzy, man. She got my heart, man. Yeah. She was a hell of a girl.
Yep.
See, Bobby knows a real
100%
woman. Bobby knows a real
man. Yeah, man.
That was Ursula. That's Ursula.
I could tell.
From Little Mermaid?
I could tell you guys. I could be great friends with all you guys because we're all team Disney.
No, we all watch Wild Things.
We've seen Wild Things, but fuck Denise Richards, man. Dean Myers, where to go?
All right, well, I guess for my theme, I don't think it's what the movie was going for, but it's something that kind of hit me while I was watching it this one last time, and that's like choosing your destiny or choosing your fate, right? Like Rico is unsure through this whole movie, or at least the first half of this movie, is what he should do. Doesn't really have a mind of his own in a lot of ways. He does everything either to impress other people or to chase, impress Denise Richards, chase her. She doesn't even want him, right? She wants to be a star pilot more than anything. And he's too dumb to even fucking realize it. His parents are telling him, don't go, right? They obviously don't even believe in this, like, violence society, faster society. They're like, what the fuck? Why do you want to be a citizen for? They even say it like, look, why? What's the point? Like, go on vacation. Right? They tell him. Okay,
if he had done that, he would have been dead. If he had stayed there, he'd have been dead.
Blown up. They just casually say that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
So it's like, if you can't make your own decisions, if you can't go after the things you really want or believe in, they're going to make the decision for you. Right? And that's what ends up happening. Like, he ends up just falling for the propaganda, and basically his life is decided for him before he can even, like, wake up and realize what's happened. Right? Like, and he probably won't, because Rico, let's be honest, he's just not that.
Got 3 other movies, right?
Huh?
I'm sure he's in 3 other movies, just being like.
But I'm sure they do the whole, they kind of play down the fascism, play up the, cool, we're in the military thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they go with the themes. It's like RoboCop.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, it's like RoboCop. Like RoboCop, like I said, at the end of RoboCop, he is the ultimate, like, corporate whatever. And I'm sure after that, it's like, oh no, OCP's the bad guys. They weren't the bad guys in part 1. You know what I mean? They were his friends, believe it or not, even though he had problems with one guy. So yeah, that's what I would say. I would just say, like, make your own decisions. Don't let shit pass you by. You got to grab things while they are, like you guys said with Dizzy and all that. He should have did that, right? He should have done that. And he probably would have been dead because Buenos Aires got wiped off the map, and that's where he was going to
be okay with that. I'd have been like, what's that dark stuff?
He would have been off planet, man. He would have been on that other moon they were sending him to go party and shit. Yeah, he'd have been all right.
But at least he would have went on his own terms instead of being the puppet of all this propaganda. So yeah, great stuff, guys. That's good because like we all said, this movie can be taken so many ways. And I think that's what makes it brilliant. But let's put a button on it. Let's put a score and let's get up out of here. Jake, out of 5, what do you give Starship Troopers?
I give it like a solid 4. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I love it.
Don't be a coward.
There's problems with it, but I'll give it a 4.5.
Oh yeah, 4.5 is super solid, dude.
Yeah.
Jelani, out of 5, what are you giving Starship Troopers? And everybody in the chat too. You guys are still around. Throw your ratings in the chat.
I I'll give it a 4 because it's entertaining. It's very entertaining. It's still a great film. It's not perfect. It is trying to be Full Metal Jacket in ways to what I think Robbie is saying as far as boot camp and actual war. I do agree. But it looks great. There are tits in it. I have no problems with this film. I've watched it multiple times. I've seen it theater multiple times. It's one of those things where it's enjoyable, and you gotta kill a bug, man. I mean, shit. I would have used the shotgun shells, by the way, as opposed to the actual bullets. If I had shotgun shells and I'm like hitting the nerve center,
I know they didn't use the shotgun part of the rifle too much. Yeah,
you just blow, you chick blow. I would chick blow the whole time. Like there'd be a spot where there'd be a face, and then there wouldn't be a face anymore because I'm using shotgun shells instead of bullets. It works better that way. Or just throw a nuke and or grenade.
Yeah, the nuke guy.
The best is being on a spaceship where I'm just shooting shit at the ground.
That's from above.
Enterprise.
Well, I mean that's part of the reason why it leads you to believe that this government is setting up their own people, right? Like I think they knew very well that they were going to get slaughtered, and that is the desired effect. Yeah, the same thing with wiping out Buenos Aires.
10,000 dead for propaganda.
Yeah,
millions dead in Buenos Aires for propaganda. That's what they did. It works well because, like I said, once again, the media works so brilliantly. It is a gigantic psyop. Damn, it's a gigantic psyop. And they're just fucking people over. Yeah. They believe this war machine continues.
Yeah.
100%. Man, it's fascism. Nazis. No Nazis. You can't use 3. You gotta use 3. You get killed like Michael Fassbender.
Rocket Robbie, out of 5, what do you give Starship Troopers?
So I came into this not really liking or appreciating this film, and I wanted to have another look at it. And because of having another look at it, and because of having this conversation, I do appreciate this film more than I ever did. And I do think it's ahead of its time. And I do think that there are things that could have made it maybe work better at its time, but that's all just dust in the fucking wind. Who knows if my ideas in 1997 from now, by the way, my ideas in 1997 when I'm 16, they would have sucked, by the way, whatever the fuck they were. I don't know what my ideas were. I would have been like, let's put Madonna and Oasis in the fucking thing. That'd be good, right? Like, that'd be good. Terminator's in there. Fuck it. Let's go, man. Like, and the chick from Species, like, fucking puts her tongue through another dude's neck or something. But anyway, this conversation is really like, and just thinking about this film and revisiting it. Like, I really appreciate this film for what it is. I think it could have worked better then, but who knows? I think it could work better today if things were different. I like it overall. I agree with most of what everybody has said. I only have it on VHS, and it may be something that I might want to pick up on Blu-ray at some point because I would like to see it again at some point in my life. I liked it 4 out of 5. How about that?
Oh yeah. I'm glad that you kind of got a new appreciation for it. I was hoping that would happen.
That's why we do these things, man. And I hope that Jelani feels that way when we cover Hudson Hawk in April.
Like what? I hope you're kidding, but
Matt, are you doing the bit? What are you doing?
No, I was thinking about Hudson Hawk.
I know.
Harriet. No.
But anyway, but you know what? Like Robbie's saying, you look at a movie like that. I used to think Golden Child was stupid, but now when I watch it, now it's awesome. Especially like I think that movie's still stupid. Man. Are you I give it a 4. I mean, is this movie reinventing the wheel? No. Is anybody going to win an Academy Award for Best Actor this movie? No.
Was it going to win Best Picture? No, but that's not my judge. I love all movies. I like Bloodsport as much as I do The Godfather. So I mean, that just out of that. That's
let's go,
probably,
man.
Well, I mean, you got good taste there.
I mean, that's unfair because both of those movies are at the
Those
same
are- they're
cinematic
like the
level.
peer,
of
man.
excitement.
I can't. I don't know.
Talking about, dude.
But I like anything. I like this movie. This is kind of like a. You ever now and then we want a Big Mac, right, from McDonald's, or I want a burrito from Taco Bell, right? And it also is trying to have a message, which is cool.
Message.
And it got some legends involved in this movie. Tippett, that man. If you've not seen the documentary about Industrial Light and Magic, documentary series on Disney Plus, go check that shit out. These guys shaped our childhoods and generations of film lovers. So, and this is a brilliant director. I don't think this director gets enough love.
Yeah,
To be honest with you, because I mean, this guy.
You ain't lying.
He had a 10-year run that is pretty solid. If you look at the movies
I
that
would
they
even
got.
dare to say that Showgirls is the greatest psychological thriller of the 90s.
Nobody was there to ruin everyone's lives, and you were just there to see it.
It's just like the only thing every time I think of Colin McLaughlin kissing her, though, I think, dude, you know she licked a stripper pole, right? But anyway,
And that awkward sex scene. That's the
yeah,
best
like,
scene ever.
I gotta learn how to dance. I'm gonna go to Vegas. Yeah, I think this movie's it's a solid flick. I don't know. That's all I can say about it. I think it would also been an interesting story in a heavy metal magazine or something you would have probably seen back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lot
Bro,
of.
what was your score?
4 out of 5.
All right, Bobo. What are you giving Starship Troopers?
Man, I like this movie. The first time I seen it, I've seen it multiple times. I still like it. I seen it recently, preparing for us to watch it, you know what I'm saying? And reviewing it with you guys has took it to another level, man. So, I got to give it a solid 5 backlog. I'm giving it 5 backlogs. I'm giving it 3 you digs, and I'm giving it 2 metal slips, man. Boom. Yeah.
There we go.
Fucking Bobby, the all-star, man. Fuck.
So, Bobo, I'm right there with you, my brother. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. I think this movie is highly entertaining. And I think there's something for everyone who, whether you like big, dumb action movies, this one has a lot of guns. It has a lot of gore. It's a great action. If you want to dive deep, you can dive deep. There is a message there. And I think that is the brilliance of it. I think it's cheesiness, it's overdoneness, it's all of that contributes to what he's trying to say. And it's there for you if you want to take it that way, or if you don't. Sometimes we just want to like Jake said. Sometimes you could just take it and be like, that was fucking cool, and leave it at that. That's it. We don't have to go any deeper than that, or be like, oh, that one-liner was funny as hell. Or they're overacting or whatever the hell it may be. I think it's a very entertaining movie. I loved it back then. I love it now. I think Paul Verhoeven has a style unto himself, and I think it's absolutely tragic that he kind of like left Hollywood because all they wanted to do with his movies was commercialize them. And he was really trying to say things with RoboCop, with Basic Instinct, with Showgirls, with Total Recall, with this movie. I think he always had a message. And
great, dude. He had a great 10-year run, man.
Yeah, and all anybody wanted to do was make cartoons, sequels, and take all the shit that he was trying to tell you is fucked up and make it into an action figure. Like that's what they wanted to do.
This is the man who gave us Total Recall, RoboCop, Basic Instinct, fucking Starship Troopers, and Showgirls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I think I need to rewatch Hollow Man, man. Shit.
It's almost the sequel to Aliens in a way, if you think about it. These guys are Marines.
Yeah. You guys took all the shit I was trying to tell you was going to be like the downfall of society, and you fucking drank the Kool-Aid. You didn't get what the hell I was really trying to say. And he was ahead of his time. He was doing things way ahead of people that are, to some of the gentlemen on this panel, they got it right away. But I think to most of us, we slept on it, bro. We slept on it. And the way we latched onto these movies were through the coolest parts of them. Like I said, RoboCop's guns, Ed 209, Elizabeth Berkley's tits, the three-titted lady in fucking Total Recall, like all the cool shit that we saw, we were like badass. But I don't think that was what he was trying to do.
I love that Matt mentioned 2000 AD, because to me, Paul Verhoeven is the 2000 AD workman in cinema in the 80s and the 90s, right?
He's also Alan Moore,
like a John Wagner or Alan Wagner or something like that, right? Like somebody who's just like putting in the work, doing like really cool, interesting things differently. And it's so crazy to look at his work for its time. And I almost feel like maybe one of the biggest problems was that he was making Hollywood pictures, because like when I was just thinking about it, these movies, like when we think of cinema in the early 90s, mid 90s, what do we think of? We think of, oh, that's like Miramax, Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith, Richard Linklater, independent cinema. Mm-hmm. We're not even focused on the idea that a big Hollywood movie could be as nuanced as something like an independent feature at that time, right?
Yeah. And I love that he got to tell these stories or try to put these messages in science fiction, right? Like I was saying earlier, one of the greatest genres, I think, in my opinion, where you have the opportunity to tell a story that can't be told any other way, right? Like you have an opportunity to take the human condition and put it in this theoretical like scenario. What if you travel back in time? What if you went forward in time? What if you met yourself when you know what I mean? Just a bunch of shit. What if you met aliens? What would happen here? Like, I love the stories you can tell, and I think he made 3 of my favorite science fiction movies in RoboCop, in Total Recall, and in Starship Troopers. And I stand by that. I think this movie is a 5. I think it is a classic, 100%. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight, for diving deep on it. I've always wanted to do, I actually want to do those 3 movies as like a trilogy kind of thing, because I think those are his greatest works. But I'm happy that we got to talk about Starship Troopers tonight. So thank you for coming out tonight. Everybody in chat, you guys rock. We have some scores in the chat. Actually, let me see. We got 4.5 from my brother Aaron. Our brother Chad gave it a 4.5 with a 4.5 nostalgia bump. You know what? We're gonna call that nostalgia bump the Sci-Fi Fest bump. You know, Horror Fest has a bump. Sci-Fi Fest can also have a bump.
It's baked in, man.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Why not?
Oh yeah. 4.5 Rico's Roughnecks for my brother Jay. Oh yeah. So I think we all
nobody going below 4.
Yeah.
No.
At all. Yeah.
I think we're on the same page. And shit, like we passed this movie by 44 minutes, bro.
Do you think this is gonna be a 3-hour show, Fable?
Was this too long, Robbie?
A little long, but it's fine. I'm part of why it's long. So
I think we all are. This is wild.
Fantastic. You guys are awesome. So before we get out of here, of course, I want you guys to let everybody know where they can find you, what you got coming up next. Jake, thanks so much for joining us tonight, man. I'm so glad I got to review this one with you. What do you got coming up? Where can the people find you?
You can always find me at Hounds of Gore on Instagram. I got Facebook. I'm working on. You can check. I have a YouTube page. I'm working on that. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with that, but figured I'd get the trifecta going. I'm doing a lot of sketch cards. I'm going to do another whole month of sketch cards. this month, so I'm gonna be posting one every single day for this month, like I did for January. You know, I'm working on some sketch covers, like the ones behind me.
Oh yeah, dude.
I got prints for sale, sketch cards for sale, canvases open for commissions. Just doing artwork, man. You know, hopefully we get me and my buddy Spud from Army of Darkness Comics, get another creator coming. We might have something coming up here shortly, so stay tuned. But yeah, me and him do creator interviews for Army of Darkness Comics creators. And then me and Fable might have something coming up soon.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Everybody go sub up to my brother Jake on Instagram, Hounds of Gore. If you've been digging the artwork behind him, this is stuff that he's done himself, and it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah,
he does commission work, all of that stuff. So go hit him up, and get something, man. Support the man. He's doing great work. Jake, once again, thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh yeah, my brother Jab. I love you, Jab. I'm gonna tell you that. I love you, bro. Let the people know what you got going on, because you do great stuff on YouTube, man. Let them know.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you can catch me on our movie nights, the PCP movie review nights on Monday. Usually there, talking mad shit. But my partner Brooks and I, also part of Pop Culture Philosophers, we do this little channel called Go Figure Reviews. We do toy reviews, lots of toy reviews. Recently, we did a few reviews. We did the Spider-Man 2099 figure,
nice.
The Nightcrawler version of Spider-Man.
Nice.
Spider-Man. Those are really awesome. Check these out. Plus, I did an exclusive Combatants for Glory Hilder figure. She is topless right now because I forgot to put her bra back on.
Sure you did.
Perfect for this movie, bro. Perfect
for this movie. Show tits.
More tits. Let's go, baby.
There are a lot of videos on our channel with toys and stuff. We review things. We're doing other stuff in the future. Hopefully podcasts, sometimes with Robbie. We'll see how that goes. And eventually that will kick in. And so this is our year to shine. We're almost 2,000 subscribers. So
yeah, dude.
Keep doing it. Thanks so much for watching. And of course, follow us. Go Figure Reviews.
Yeah, definitely go follow Go Figure Reviews. Again, doing great stuff on the figgies. They're responsible for my jumping off the ledge in the world of action.
You're welcome.
It's all your fault, but I love you for it, bro. I love you for it. Thank you.
Thanks for having me here.
Oh yeah, man. Always. You're always invited to any one of these things I do. Rockin' Robbie, man. Like I said earlier, he didn't have to do this with me. Rockin', he's got his own thing going on. He does very well, but I appreciate that he looks out for me and he wants me involved in these things. And this was my idea, this Sci-Fi Fest thing, and he totally was on board, and I very much appreciate it, because like I said earlier, I love science fiction. Robbie, I know it's not even necessary, but let the people know what you got going on.
Well,
where they can find you.
First of all, let's break kayfabe. This was your idea, and I already had PCP movie night for January, February, March, and April figured out, right? And then this dude messages me and goes, "Hey man, I think we should do a sci-fi fest." I was like, "Sounds like a great idea. When will we do it?" He goes, "I don't know what works for you." And I was like, "Well, we already do Crew's Choice. We already do Horror Fest, which is half the fucking year, it feels like, right? We already do like all this other shit, right?" I was like, February, maybe? And you know what? I had some really great movies to talk about. We had to like throw some great movies aside so that we could do this. But I did it because I believe in this fucking idea, dude. Sci-Fi Fest, let's fucking go. Dude, every February, let's get more channels involved next year, because it's only been a week into it and we've already killed it. And just like Horror Fest, just like March Madness, just like Action Fest, there are unintended connections, synchronicities between these things. I came up with my list independent of Fable, right? Right, Fable?
Yep.
We talked about Day the Earth Stood Still. which was a warning from an alien civilization about humanity having too much power, nuclear power, reaching for the stars. This movie is the flip side of that and what happens to humanity when they don't get that warning and do pursue that future. Right? It's like an alternate future of that movie. And then on Monday night, another science fiction movie that I think is underappreciated from 1997. We're going to be talking about Gattaca, starring Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman, Jude Law. It's about cloning. It's about like societal manipulation. It's got all of the classic tropes of a science fiction story in a really great, underappreciated, low-key film. And when I say low-key, I mean like us like millennial Gen X version. Like low-key means like down low and not kinda. Low-key means something different now. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm so old. But Gattaca on Monday night, super excited for Sci-Fi Fest, bro. This is now part of the lexicon. Part of the MO of what we do, man, going forward, man.
Oh, yeah. Everybody sub up, of course, to Rocket Robbie. Does great comic book reviews, interviews with artists and writers, movie reviews, of course. Does it all. It's called Pop Culture Philosophers. We cover it all over there. Thank you again for joining me tonight, Robbie. Big Matt, my bro, man. My brother Matt, he covers the full gamut, bro. This dude right here. He is my not only my brother, but just a lexicon of pop culture, man. This guy, I don't know how you do it, Matt. Matt, he'll come up with a movie and an actor and a year and a director like this, dude. But always happy to have you on, Matt. Let the people know what you got going on.
Well, you can find me on Heroes for Hire Comic Club YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram. I have a Facebook group. All the links are on my YouTube page. And I even got a TikTok, although I'm not even using it much because I think they're shadow banning people now. I'll more about that after the show. I'll tell you what they did to me. So this weekend I do a comic day preview. So that's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, the Sunday Super Show Extravaganza. If you ask why I use that name, I just wanted an excuse to use the word extravaganza. But I also do comp reviews. I just have one. I just reviewed G.I. Joe issue 8. We're actually doing an entire series. My friend Big Jet. We're reviewing G.I. Joe number 1 through 155. So it's going to take it's a passion project. It's going to take like 3 years. But we're also doing other things. We're going to be reviewing Uncanny X-Men 171, 172, and 173 because I think it's one of the coolest runs ever. When Rogue joins the X-Men, Logan's getting ready to get married. And all hell breaks loose because Logan can't never let Logan be happy for too long. Also we'll do some more newer books, trying to branch out to that. And I do action figure reviews, mainly G.I. Joe Classified because I'm a G.I. Joe freak. But anyway, next week that's Sunday show. Usually I have the Good Bad Cinema on Wednesday, but this week it's going to be Tuesday, and we're going to be reviewing. It's good, bad cinema. We let the people vote, and we decide whether this movie's good or bad cinema. And this week, we have a banger. We have The Warriors. Oh. And the question I pose in my thumbnail is this the greatest movie ever made about street gangs? I don't know. I know it's a little over the top, but I kind of do. That's kind of like a clickbait because somebody's going to be like, no, it's Gangs of New York. But anyway, so that's Tuesday. But then actually, we're do a show or interview other YouTubers and comic collectors. And I hope he remembers since I'm getting ready to call him out. Next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm supposed to have Robbie.
Whoa! Wow.
So, and we had watch my other video because we just had Destro as my spirit animal. He's like a big toy collector channel here on YouTube. It talks about classified G.I. Joes and Transformers and all that. And that was a fun conversation. And it's not like an interview. I don't like to have questions. We just let it flow, dude. We just let it flow.
It's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it, dude.
I'm excited about it. And then what else is going on? I guess that's it. I have a hangout show on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, actually. So if anybody wants to come on that, it's called the Comic Lounge. We just sit around and bullshit. We play trailers. We'll see how many times I can get a copyright claim and have to edit that trailer out. Yesterday we tried to watch the War Machine trailer from Netflix. Netflix hit me this morning, so you have to trim that out. So, but I don't care. I'm doing this for fun. So anyway, well, we goof around. I play. You could ask Fable. I kind of abuse my video clips. We got random clips for super chats like Hercules throwing a bear into outer space. We have fun, and you guys are all invited if you ever want to be on the Hangout Show. And I'm rambling again, but you can blame this.
Fair enough.
We do a lot of blaming on this channel.
Tonight's
so
show,
don't worry.
in its entire 3-hour duration, is brought to you by alcohol.
Hey, what was your weed strain? The Banana Rama? What was it called?
Straw Nana, bro. Come on, man.
Oh, man, you can
It's an
catch me on,
indica heavy hybrid
I forgot.
that is slightly creative yet also relaxing.
I guess I can say that I can announce this too, since Robbie mentioned the other day. I'll be a part of March Madness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're stacking up March Madness this year, man. Y'all just wait and see. Y'all just wait and see.
You can ask Robbie.
The only problem is making sure everybody's not doing their shows at the same fucking time.
Yeah. Well, mine's on Wednesday, so I don't know if that interferes with anybody's. I hope not.
It's good for so far. It's good. Yeah.
About
All
that.
good.
Oh,
And
well,
a great lineup, my friend. Great lineup.
Thanks
March
again,
Madness
Matt.
lineup will be revealed soon. So
Thanks again, Matt, for joining us tonight, brother. Everybody go sub for Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Does some great streams. Catch them doing different things all throughout the week. So once again, thanks, Matt, for hanging out. My man Bobo, who I've done plenty of streams with, but never been on a movie stream. This is so cool, dude. I'm so glad you got to hang out with us and do one of these. Hopefully it won't be your last, man.
No way, man. I'm digging it. Yeah, man. You can catch me, man. I'm always, you know what I'm saying, a longtime member of the PCP Army, man, and the crew. And you can catch me in the Blame Fable, man, when they come back, where my real brother Joe sings the incoming song and does the outgoing dance and shit. Yeah, man. So I love you guys, man. Taking care of my brother Joe, man. Yeah. And on Instagram, I'm on Instagram. I do artwork myself. Yeah, this is I did this one. Yeah, it pops up.
God damn.
That's awesome. God damn,
Bobby. Always.
I'm always doing things, man. Yeah, but on Sundays, you can catch me on the Church of Bleecker, Bleecker Street Comics. He does a church show on Sundays. I usually come in, after breakfast with my moms. I stop in there and hang out with those guys. And currently on Tony Sanders' The Hunt, man, I'm the three-time world heavyweight champion. Yeah, I'm currently holding that belt down, man. Yeah, it's where they combine showing off comics and wrestling. And your boy's the champion. So drop in there and give me a vote, man. You know what I'm saying? Throw me some love. And man. It's always a good time hanging out with you guys, man. Feeling blessed, man. Appreciate y'all.
So I'm always doing shows with you, but hopefully the next time I throw out a movie list, you jump on it, bro. Jump on some of those movies with me, man.
I'm glad I got in this one. Yeah, man. I seen it. I seen it.
That was crazy because this one was locked like early.
I jumped in quick, boy.
Caught the opening. Oh yeah. Of course, you can catch me here, One Collection Down channel, on Instagram, One Collection Down as well. Right now, my show is kind of on hiatus, so this is all I'm really doing is Sci-Fi Fest all month, every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Of course, with Robbie doing his Sci-Fi Fest lineup every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Our next film will be The Prestige. What? The Prestige is a science fiction movie?
Spoilers. Spoilers.
If you haven't watched it, go find out why I'm saying it's a sci-fi movie. But yeah, The Prestige from Christopher Nolan will be next Friday. And Rocket Robbie will be joining us for that one as well. So it's going to be
I'm not on that one, am I?
No.
Ooh, I forgot.
That one will have Robbie, my buddy Greg, the bearded comic bro, will be joining us. Eric, 9 panel grid, will be with us. Jasmine, the first lady of the Bad Batch, will be with us, and your homie from Go Figure Reviews, Brooks, will be
Who's never
on
seen it.
Prestige.
He's
Brooks has
never
never
seen
seen it,
Prestige?
and I was like, Brooks,
Wow.
I hate that you know it's a
Oh,
sci-fi
great.
film.
It's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one where
I mean, I don't think it spoils it
is
that
that
much.
That's
is
not
that the one where
Yeah, not
is the
really
one where
a
David
big
Bowie
spoil.
is Nikola Tesla?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really great movie.
yeah,
Yes.
great movie. I mean, dude, you
It's
can't
awesome.
have a Christopher Nolan film and not have my ass show up. Dude.
There
That's
you
just
go.
like there
There
you
you go.
go, man.
And catch us all month long again on Robbie's Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, here Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, for all the great sci-fi movies we'll be covering for the whole month. Moving into March Madness, which I will be revealing pretty soon here. And yeah, in the future, look out for the Blame Fable show to return. Me and my crew, we're coming back to talk all things pop culture. And right now we're in the planning stages of our new movie review show, because I've only ever done these things when Robbie asked me, when he invited me to do the fest with him. But I kind of love doing it, and I kind of want to make it a permanent thing on my channel. So I'm going to start some movie review show, hopefully in the next few months here, with my brother Hounds of Gore, Jake. So look out for that coming soon in the future. Yeah. Good times, guys. Have a good night. Love you all. Station. And don't forget, Gattaca, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Later.